come now. Say go man, you start at top. Let me go. Wrong and chop. Wrong and chop. Wrong and chop. Choop. Wrong in a circle. That's how we going. It's a brand new thing. Wrong, let me see you do the action. Some people jump, yeah. Wrong and chop. Wrong and chop. Wrong and chop. Chop. Wrong and chop. Wrong and chop. Wrong and chop. Chop. Yeah.
Take off the shirt. Take off the pants. Take off the rap. Let me jump. Drop down for class. Drop down for class. Drop down for class. Baby, drop down for class. Drop down for class. Drop down for class. No! Party people, come and join me. Bring your half a class. Bring your half a class. Come and join me in this party. Bring your half a class. Bring your half a class. Carnival here again. Oh gosh. It was 1 of 2000. Bring your half a class and come. And let me jump. Jump. Drop the half a class. Whip it. Drop the half a class. Love it. Drop the half a class. Drop the half a class. Whip it. Drop the half a class. Drop the half a class. Drop the half a class. Drop the half a class.
Destination Vincy Max with the Boom Soca team.
Yours then complaining, been here since morning. What are you doing? Bring down the rhythm. Woman in carnival, hot on the festival. Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah, them complaining. Hey, you want a hard knock? 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 What they want, what they need, what they want. People please, they want a hard knock. They want a hard knock. All through the region, woman impatient. When come to party, then girl they ain't pretty. Madness inside the band, madness is bacchanal. They want I'm saying, yeah them complaining. Hey, they want a hard knock. They want a hard knock. They want a hard knock. They want a hard knock.
If you're inside the Juve van, or you're inside the Monday jam, cocking up and you're turning, bending down and you're whining. As you look, it's your woman with a stick in shit, and if you hear shit, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for.
20 boy, I fed up one, you know. What you gonna put yourself into?
I was jamming behind Black Sand when I meet up sexy Sharon. When she come and hold on me hand, she say come behind Lewis Slam. From uptown, there we start to jam. I ain't telling no lie, she's not the woman. Still patient, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for, where you look for, where you looking for.
This one from Luther will definitely have you bopping. Gotta say good morning to Mary on this one. Bernadette Nollyby, who's locked on. You can link up with us. We're live on Facebook right about now.
With so many lonely gal, why so much up on the fight? Oh, I ask the question why? Oh, what's the stop on the idea of the girl? All the men them start to yell. More girl, wish we spend one. That's why I have to have more girl. Jump up and raise the hand. All the man them who have more girl. Black, white, or Indian. Chinese, see when we have more girl, more girl, more girl.
Not unusual to see the people jumping, see them misbehaving. Then it's carnival. Them big flags waving from left to right, this way. Everybody waving something not unusual at all. So when I reach on the stage, we can flag
Which rhythm you get? Watch this now. No melody, no harmony, no nice refrain to mess with your brain. No guitar licks, no fancy mix, no running bass to confuse your ways. That's what you want. That's what you're getting. 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 Now jump up and behave bad. Just party like if you're mad. Put something high in the air and party like you don't care. Now jump up and behave bad. Just party like if you're mad. Put something high in the air and party like you don't care. That's what you want. That's what you're getting. That's what you want. That's what you're getting. Now jump and wine. Push back and wine. Go down and wine. Come back up and wine, wine. Jump up and wine. Come back up and wine, 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 wine.
When me at me home, relaxing all alone. Men love to call me on my telephone. They just say 1 minute, talking a kind of gimmick. I want to come up quick. Me tell them don't come quick. Don't say 1 minute, yes, don't come quick. Don't talk no gimmick, don't come quick. That does make me sick. Say 1 hour, 2 hours, even 3 hours. Don't come quick. Don't say 1 minute, don't come quick. That does make me sick. Here is the way. Run, tripling dance, and we do it brave. We gonna do this till we fall, we behaving bad. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Come out of bed, triple up your arm till you walk up a sweat, and we wave it till we fall, we behaving bad. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Let me see you rock. I wanna see you wave your flag. Let me see you rock.
From the ends of the Caribbean, way down in a Vinci land, anywhere you hear a soca song.
We gotta say shout out to Galaxy by far on this one. What a big tune, man.
Tonight, everybody wave it from left to right.
Galaxy, you could bring back some of this for us, please, please, please. We begging for it.
Wrong up in the sky, calling on my Vinci posse. Then we get on bad, just fight, just fight, just fight. Take out the rocks and flags and just spin it round. Take out the plastic bag and just spin it round. Take off the pants and shirt and just spin it round. Take off the blouse and skirt and just spin it round. Anything will you get, wave it up with the fret. Spin till you get a drop, spin till your hands up. I want you to take a guess. My name starts with an S, and I'll relieve your stress. Come party time. Yes, I teach you to wine and how to form a line and how to get on back for carnival. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Well, I am the rhythm. I am the bass. I am the melody. I am the bass. I'll have you jumping morning till night. I'll have you walking up time after time. I am what I am, that I am who I am. Yes, I am. So, well, everybody keep jumping. I wanna keep you jumping. I wanna keep you jumping. Yes, I will keep you higher, higher. I wanna keep you. Yes, I will keep you. I wanna keep you. I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Soca Team Boom, we would like to welcome you on board Flight 1069. Mission, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival. Soca Aviation regulations requires that you fet with Soca Team for the duration of this flight.
Well, this is Cap in this thing, man, on the Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team. Real steel.
They don't know the boy Casper G on Flight 1069. Boom Soca Team. Don't play with it.
And the shouting, hey, dicey call, Flight 1069, Boom Soca Team, destination Vinci Mas. Hey, tell them chemist, Lego the gas mask.
Once again, welcome on board and enjoy Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team.
All of the ready up, y'all them. All the good body, y'all them. Show me your hand them. This is your anthem. All of the ready up, y'all them. Stick up, wine and go down then. Stick up, wine on the side then. Stick up, bubble and lay then. Stick up, all of the ready up, y'all them. Stick up, wine and go down then. Stick up, wine on the side then. Stick up, bubble and lay then. Stick up. Do what you feel like, everybody realize. Do what you feel like, everybody realize. Do what you feel like, everybody realize. Do what you feel like.
Listen this girl, listen this. Listen this girl, what? Listen this. Listen this girl, listen this. Come to me, say you what? Listen this. Listen this girl, listen this. Listen this girl, what? Listen this. Listen this girl, listen this. Girl. So me calling young, old, they come in at this. Yeah, your belly needs to talk in a bit. Like in a bit, we stuck in a it like a fast yard. Me get out a bit. The girl let my wine, so me send her the text. Me love them girls and me never resist. Till we party. Hard in a this, me and me crew going hard in a this. Could I rain, could I sun? Me gone in this, gone in this, gone in this. And my time, so me ball in it. Ball in it, 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 ball in it. Mr. Star, give me this. And the girl, I know you want piece of this. And the girl, I know you want piece of this. You may be fall in love with that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it. You might be fall in love with that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it. You have me falling for it. Baby, come on, funny now. Love when you whine and the tip on your toe. My girl, you really turn me on.
And I say, ooh, we, 1, 2, 3. All of the man them come follow me. The girl them sweet like cotton candy. Caribbean girls on tax me.
That bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it. You let me fall in love with that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it, that bumper, that will stand it. You have me falling for it. Start to wine on the flip top, start to work like smoke, it's a hip hop. Have no cheap that will come from the thrift shop. Tick tock, push back on the stiff cock. Your foot, you know, come and dance in a flip top. Spin your waist like a cat from a disc jack. Every man who still get distracted, get sidetracked. Every man now
Somebody to come and rock your spine. Just call my phone, dial my number, boy, anytime. Don't worry about getting none of them roaming charges. And if it's good service you're looking for, then it's me who have it. Just tell them to call me.
it's my pleasure.
Just tell them to call me.
Call me whenever.
Inside of the French.
Just call my name.
You want to get wet.
Just call my name.
All out on the road.
Just call my name.
In case you forget now.
They call me the
party animal. The charming straight till morning. It's only me them calling. They call me the queen of Bacchanal. It's only non-stop walking. Just hear the people shouting. Just call my name.
Just call
my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name. Just call my name.
What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? What? Who did do that? Who did say that? What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? Here we gone. Here we gone, Dan. Someone is in a great mood this morning.
Shady.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't go about.
He got paid. He got paid. So breakfast today. Hey, what? I will go over there and deal with that. So you go and get the breakfast and come back.
So, but wait, I mean, how much he got paid? Because remember, he played for multiple events. Did he get paid
enough
for
to
all
buy
of
us
them?
breakfast? That's all
Or
I
you just
studying
get
right
paid
now.
from one
like,
event? You got paid from all events?
No, nah, that's it.
But
they got something.
You get some.
I guess so.
So
We
hungry.
Shady got money. Shady got money.
So
Come on.
we celebrate when we celebrating your money.
Yeah.
You
Boy.
that is it you get. Boy, we need like 5 rags for that.
Yeah, she's up. Yeah, she's up. Good morning to you, SVG. Listen, I don't even know how I'm here this morning. I had one of those nights last night that had me going like,
This man
Gee.
always like
No,
literally. Next time you say, for every time you say you have to give us $5 each.
same thing as when she was outside. Same thing as and I was there defending she.
$5 each every time you say it.
Good morning to you, Bot. Good morning to you, Bassi. Morning, buddy.
It's-
Bot, we call him Bassi from school
No.
days. Yes, that's what we used to call him.
Why?
Bernadette, who you be? How you look? Who your parents be? Who your mommy be? That will determine if Bernadette looks like a dragon or not. If she's sexy, you know. I then we see people who don't have the profile picture. You gotta find something strange about that. She doesn't have a profile picture, so.
But she usually does though.
But that's what Shady told
She's
me.
on WhatsApp and she has a picture up. I mean,
Okay.
So
Hey, good morning to you. This morning, we should be having. We of course, you know it's Thursday, and we don't have our thing interviews on Thursdays. You like how that went up there? I know you do.
No.
I know you do.
Listen.
But we have a special interview coming up from about 7:15 this morning. Yeah, it's on Bacchanal thing now.
Oh, 7:15.
Yeah, they're about
early.
Yeah, early.
So can I get into some messages
Sure.
before then? Because
Sure,
we
why
would
don't
have
you
to
do
go
that?
break.
Why don't you do
All
that?
right, make sure you check out Flow because Flow has you covered this
Shady, take out the camera
carnival.
for me now. Let me thing on that now.
Leave it on in.
No, Shady.
Zoom in if you can. Zoom in. Anyway, check out Flow.
Shady. Yo.
You can get entered for your chance to win or your share of $20,000 cash, carnival packs, costumes, exclusive staycations, and of course tickets to the biggest events and more when you make the switch to Flow, when you bundle fixed services and mobile, when you activate a 3, 7 or 30-day always on combo plan, or by simply recharging your account with $15 or more. With the TCL 20E smartphone deal starting as low as $49. Check them out in store.
Shady
while
can buy a
stocks
few this
last.
morning.
Terms and
But he got paid from JRJ or
conditions apply.
JJJ or something there.
Flow
Juve
is
in
keeping
June.
you connected.
South Leeward, Soca Monarch. I saw you. What
And
you
you
think
gotta
about-
do like what Shady did yesterday and go to Pharmacy Plus for your vitamins, and so make sure you top up yourself for the seasoning, get tonic and all these things.
Buddy, how the thing work last night,
Let's
buddy.
move on. You can also get
Yeah,
your
try that.
personal care.
Whichever.
Jeez.
Weekend.
Hair care. Morning to the Pharmacy Plus family. Do you see my struggle? Do you see my struggle?
Shady bought
In here, dealing with these two.
thing they not getting Shady now. Shady tell me to buy the thing now. I got it.
Check them out for whatever Bing is talking about. Your prescription,
Arouse
dental,
Plus.
over-the-counter and medical supplies at affordable prices. They're located on Egmont Street. That's opposite Home Collections. They're open from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you check out Pharmacy Plus. And of course, it's your last day to place your order.
Plus. Arouse Plus. You know the Cuban Cutlass who told us about that, right?
No,
Yes, he
I
did.
didn't know that.
You don't remember?
No.
Well, that's what Shady know about
Yeah?
it.
Yeah? Okay. All right. So check out Max Pizza because Bing is going to order for us today. So make sure you get your friends to order your Max Pizza for you, or you could order it for yourself, you know, if you feel like treating yourself. Call up Max at 458-3474. Place your order by 10 p.m. tonight so that you can have your Max Pizza delivered to you by tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. It comes up with the Beckway Express. So make sure that you're at the wharf.
Look
to
at
collect
what
your
Bassie's saying about you. Saying about you, Shady. Not about you. He's saying he need to get some. All right, man, I go hook you up.
And
it's available at
my
Pharmacy Plus.
gosh. Check out Woodsy's Bar. You know, if you're looking for somewhere to lime on the weekend, looking for some good food on the weekend, check out Woodsy's Bar. They've got some really fantastic food. They have great appetizers and the main courses too. You can get yourself some burgers. You can get chicken, rice, and peas. You can get yourself steak. make sure you check them out. The address is 1133 Clarkson Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. So make sure you check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurants.
So this morning, we talking port, we talking Fisher Folk, we talking Rose Place. Yesterday was World. What is the thing now? I see something. Somebody on Facebook tell us now. What was yesterday, please? World See Something. Ocean Day. World Ocean Day was yesterday. So all that, we will be joined by Mr. Andre Liverpool at about 7:15 this morning. And you remember recently the NDP had a meeting down in Rose Place with the minister, the member of parliament who represents West Kingston, the Honorable Danielle Cummins, Stone Church. He held a meeting in Rose Place, was it last week? So coming out of that meeting, or some of the stuff that was said in that meeting, we want to zero in on that and what was said by whom, but Mr. Andre Liverpool of the, what do you think name, cooperative, the, oh boy, what committee name?
Come in.
Huh?
Let me check.
Please. Yeah, he'll be joining us this morning from about 7:15.
Is this the Goodwill
The
Fishermen
Goodwill Fishermen's Committee will be inside with us this morning. Yeah? We're going to dig up what's supposed to be happening down there, what's happening down there with the fisher folks, with the boatmen, or where they're being placed or asked to go, where they want to go and don't want to go. We're going to do all that this morning. Yeah? As Mr. Andre Liverpool of the Goodwill Fishermen's Committee. Incidentally, a couple of days ago was Fisherman's Day.
All right.
Fisherman's Day. How did that go? We're going to find out about all that and more this morning. Yeah?
From what they said, it wasn't going to be, the large scale festival, but they still wanted to hold something. So
right.
Hopefully it was a success, but we can ask more about that.
Yeah, we'll find out more about that and more this morning when we'll be joined by Mr. Andre Liverpool of the Goodwill Fishermen's Committee or Corp. Right? He'll be inside with us. Remember, that is from the Rose Place area, right? And that is the part of the constituency of Stone Church. Danielle Cummins or Stone.
Going to make things fly.
The man who say, all they know. What did he say? All they know, I like to pelt stone.
I'll make anything fly.
Yes. Yeah? Maybe we'll hear from him as well to this morning. Yeah? Stay locked, stay put. Don't you move a muscle. We can do all that this morning and so much. Remember, it's Throwback Thursday, and we do not have the artists coming in on Throwback Thursday. We'll be joined by Council at 7:45, Mr. Weeks at 8:30. We got Courts at 9:15 this morning, and we got
Yui
Dr.
at
Richards.
9:15
Yui at 9:15. Sorry, Yui at 9:15 this morning, and Dr. Richards will wrap it all up at 9:45 also. Yeah, looks like our brother. No, that's not him. I thought that was him. Liverpool, I was outside. So let's take our first break in this hour, and we come back. We should be joined by Mr. Liverpool of the Goodwill Fishermen's Cooperative in the Rose Place area. He's going to tell us more about what's happening down there, what they want to see happen, what they don't want to see happen, how did the government engage them, where they wanted to put the boatmen and them. All we're going to hear the whole background this morning. Yeah? All that and more right here this morning on OMG in the morning.
Pulse Limited continues to provide the best quality stationery items in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our line includes letter and legal size paper, file folders, pens, permanent markers, and envelopes. Our prices are unbeatably low, plus you get free and efficient delivery. We're located on Grenville Street in Kingstown, or you can call in your order at 784-451-2079 or 784-528-8000. Pulse, where your stationery needs are our priority.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the line. Easy wins with you. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up under love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Beautysurf.com.
Untold Takeover, we make it here.
It's the Untold Calypso Tent at Russell's Auditorium with 2 big nights. Thursday the 9th of June with the Open Show. And then on Thursday the 16th for the Calypso Preliminaries. 15 Calypsonians come here. Patches, Abijah, Da Vinci, Mavo, Man Sick.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Soca Monarch. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends. We go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call BMC Agencies Limited or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Your vision is our mission at Quartz Optical. Shop today for 25% off.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Perez Hills vouchers of US 20, 60, 100, and even US $150. And that's not all. You can win free Argo cement by the sack or even by the sling.
A sling of cement? Like a whole sling? That's not like 35 sacks?
Yes, a sling! 35 sacks of Argo cement could be yours when you buy 5 sacks or more of Argo cement at Careers Building Supplies, Ace Hardware, Ace 2 Honestvale, Ace 3 Pembroke, and Diamond Woods. Join the winning team today when you buy 5 or more sacks of Argo cement at Careers Hizzles.
Careers Hizzles. Terms and conditions apply.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch now more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand, from undergraduate to PhD. Fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree at Open Campus. Come in and see us at UE Open Campus. Your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
Hello! Well, they done as your boy Casper G on flight 1069. Boom, Soca team. Don't play with it.
Oh yes, the water rough. Every sailor must be tough. The boat is rocking, Soca boat is rocking. It is a bumpy ride. We rolling with the tide. The boat is rocking, Soca boat is rocking. Hold on to something, hold on to anything. Hold on to something, hold on to anything. 'Cause we rocking left, we rocking right, we rocking day, we rocking night. The boat is rocking, Soca boat is rocking. We rocking forward, rocking back. We hope the mast stay intact. The boat is rocking, Soca boat is rocking. Oh, oh, like we in a soca storm, somebody holding on. The boat is rocking, Soca boat is rocking. begin. Cause we rockin' left, we rockin' right, we rockin' day, we rockin' night. The boat is rockin', soca boat is rockin'. We rockin' forward, rockin' back. We hope the mass stay intact. The boat is rockin', soca boat is rockin'. Drop anchor, drop the anchor, drop anchor, drop the anchor, drop anchor, drop the anchor, drop anchor. The boat is rocking, soca boat is rocking. The boat is rocking, soca boat is rocking.
Destination Vincimas with the Boom Soca team.
And while we await Mr. Liverpool to join us this morning, maybe we can touch on another some other stuff that's making the rounds, that's trending this morning in terms of discussion. Well, the vending issue continued to be a big discussion point. Yesterday, I saw, but I didn't get to listen much of it, a press conference held by Mr. former Senator Bacchus Batiste.
Mrs.
Yes,
Bacchus Batiste?
yes.
Okay, because you said Mr. and that's what you lost
sorry,
me.
sorry, Mrs.
Okay.
Bacchus Batiste.
Right.
And some of the vendors,
right,
from the area. There was a press conference. I was kind of distracted doing some other stuff, but I just saw a bit of it. I don't know if you did or Shady
didn't, but I heard that it was. I'm gonna take place.
The
I heard that there was gonna be a press conference. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody? What Shady did you say it normally?
No, I didn't.
You didn't get a chance to see or hear what was it about. But I think we would know what would it be about, right?
She'll be representing.
She'll be representing.
Because I'm guessing they're gonna try in some way too.
One of the things that I heard, which wasn't much that I heard, and guys out there, if you heard her press conference and you wanna fill us in on what took place, one of the things that I heard was that they were given notification that they should move from the area a couple of years ago, and she appealed. She filed an appeal.
This was when election time.
During the election time, right? And as usual, Julian and them, during when the election going on, campaign going on, they go back down now because they're studying the vote now. Yeah.
So what are you saying? They're doing this now at this time because it's not an election yet? They wouldn't do this during an election yet?
Well, you know what my position on it
but
is.
when did they receive the letter the last time? It wasn't a wrong election
time? A wrong election time.
So then how you could say that they won't do it in an election year if they got the letter the last time a wrong election time?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I'm just asking, Mama. I'm the gatekeeper, innit?
Morning caller. Help me this morning, caller. Help me. Good morning. Help me this morning.
Good morning, brother Bing, and good morning, my sister.
Caller, good morning.
I listen to my sister.
The thing, yeah.
And I want to be a little...
The thing. Go. Politically motivated. Somebody saying they don't hear Mr. Hamilton. But Mr. Hamilton, what do you want Dr. Friday as leader of the opposition to do?
But
But what do you want? What do you want? No. But we're talking specifically about issue with the vendors. What do you want him to do with regard to the vendors?
But do we know? But do we know Dr. Friday's position? Like, has he given his position on the vending situation?
I don't know.
So yeah, but you don't know if his position is not in support of the vending really remaining there. Why would he come out and? Oh God.
I don't understand. Shady, they say they're not hearing him. I don't know why. Okay. They're not hearing him. Okay. Hold on, Mr. Hamilton. You guys, are you hearing Mr. Hamilton? Because there are some folks saying that I'm seeing some folks saying that they won't hear him. Are you hearing him now? Would you please say, please, before he hangs up, quickly say if you're hearing him. Yes, Mr. Hamilton, continue. What do you want Dr. Friday to do in this case? That's what I want to know. Okay, they say they're not hearing you. Shady, they say they're not hearing Mr. Hamilton. Yes, hold on, Mr. Hamilton. I'm hearing you in studio. But they're saying they're not hearing you outside. Shady, come check this for me, please. Yes. Yes. Hang on, please. Hang on. This is wrong. This is hang on, please. Hamilton, are you there?
I'm hearing you, and I hope I'm.
Hello?
Yes, are you hearing me?
Yes. Mr. Hamilton, just bear with me, please. All right, let me just sort this out so that people can hear you. All right, I'm saying they're saying that they're not.
You.
Yeah, we're having some challenges here with Mr. Hamilton. With the okay, Mr. Hamilton. Yeah. Yes, I am hearing you, but I don't know if the persons outside are hearing you. He was good now. Yes, continue, please. Shady said going again. I am hearing you, but apparently. Okay, Hamilton, could you hang up and call back for me, please? Dan, let him in, please. Let him in. Let's see if he's back. Good morning. Hello. I am hearing you. Let's see if the persons online are hearing you. All right. I'm just checking that out. Yes. No, nobody's blocking. There's no blocking going on here. There's no blocking. No. Nobody else is blocking. We're having a technical problem here. All right. Go continue making your point, Mr. Hamilton.
For a long time. And I
All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. 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 All right, Mr. Liverpool is finally with us this morning. Tell you what, let's get him sorted out. OMG in the morning, it's Thursday morning, it's Throwback Thursday. We ready with him there? Set his microphone for him there, please. He's got a headphone. Just adjust his microphone for him there, please. Yeah. Andre, good morning to you, buddy.
Morning, Mr. Joseph. And
Mr. Joseph,
and your team.
Yes.
Your
Morning.
home team.
Yes.
Well, I'm in your studio. I given you.
Okay. All right. Good,
maybe at the start now, but maybe we could get more close.
Yeah.
With who I know being is.
Okay. Right. And this is my co-host Dan, Danielle. Yes. And Shady. Well,
but Shady.
Yes.
Shady.
He's very shady. He's very shady.
I don't want him to be this morning.
Very shady. He's very shady. Andre, how? Tell me, your organization, the organization you represented this morning is which organization?
Well, I think the last time I was here, I represented the same organization, Goodwill Fisherman Co-op, that based in Rose Place, Bottom-town. I think when I was here, we were doing something dealing with a community day that we had started in October leading up to independence. So that basically is the organization that I represent this morning. Okay. Recently in the news, we heard, and the Goodwill Fishermen's Organization is based where? Let me step back. Where is it based? As I said, Rose
Place. Right, Bottom-town. Recently, Rose Place have been in the news a lot. Mm-hmm. Right? There's a meeting held there recently by the parliamentary representative for the area, Mr. Danielle Cummins. We heard a lot about the movement of people, fisher folk from the area, because according to the information coming out from government was that the new port, the modern port, is going to be in that area. All right. First of all, tell me about your role, your organization role in all of this.
Well, before the COVID, there were consultations in the area from the Port Modernization Project with residents, fisher folk, shopkeepers, and that kind of thing. Consultants came in from different places. They had consultations with youth, women, everybody to be able to see the way forward, right? So with that, Goodwill made certain suggestions to the Port Modernization Project and also encourage residents to go to the meetings, because some persons were thinking maybe this is not going to come. So we were telling them, regardless if it's coming or not coming, it's best you go and make your views heard in the consultation. So we help to mobilize persons down there, whoever you are, with coming to the consultations to be part of the process. So we always were in there. We assisted with the residents again, Then they had, let's say, social welfare, because down there was known to be a poverty area. So, you had to get certain data if you're going to deal with certain matters in terms of who will get houses, assistance, and that kind of thing. So that was in the initial stages of the process. Then, as I said, we submitted. You are hearing now, the residents, you want to show, then you heard they were going to Lowman's Bay. Then that started in terms of the construction of the houses. Mm-hmm. Then in terms of fisher folk, one time you heard in Parliament, fisher folk might be at Arnesville. Then you heard no, not they. Then two members of Goodwill had done an article in one of the newspapers in terms of they think Edinburgh is a suitable location to be able to house the fisher folk and that kind of thing. We the organization developed on that and wrote them, gave them our suggestion how we would like to see it, a plan. They came up with a counter plan for the area.
Okay. Before you come to their counter plan, what was the proposal that you, meeting the community and the organization, proposed to the government with regards to the fisher folks for the area?
Right. Well, like we looked at what happened in St. Lucia, like a pan effect where the boats could be could come into dock and have certain facilities in terms of lockers for the fisher folk.
This is in Rose Place?
No.
Where?
Edinburgh.
This
In
is the
Edinburgh.
where you're proposing, where
Is it-
those two persons proposed.
Those two persons made that suggestion.
Right.
Then the organization now sat down and listened to fishers and us and put together a proposal.
Right.
Submitted it to the port modernization project.
Right.
In terms of, we think it should have place for lockers.
Right.
Should have in terms of safety for
Right.
fishermen, like a gas station, and the list go on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we had a counter proposal because the area we were suggesting seemed it was bigger than they thought that we should have. Right? So they came up with a counter.
And what was their counter?
Well, a smaller version of what we had and
in the same Edinburgh.
In the same Edinburgh
Okay.
area. Also, they were going to have outside of that, they were going to have consultation with the people of Edinburgh, because some persons in Edinburgh start to say that they don't want people nobody from Rose Place. They're going and they're involved in drugs activities that are going to help to contaminate Edinburgh. That was in the newspaper too, right? So we never had any response to that. So we were waiting now on the port modernization project to get back to us, because by that time now it was COVID. They were listening to the residents. The volcano came. The houses where the persons were supposed to go in had the delays. So we thought it wasn't necessary. You already know the factors deterring the residents moving, and that's the issue they were dealing with for us. So we were waiting till that finished now. Then we will engage them again, because we didn't hear anything from them. Well, after that now, what they did, they call a meeting now with the boat owners.
Right.
So they discontinue
dialogue
with us. And that is after the proposal that we submitted, and we had a meeting with them, and they said that the proposal was a good proposal, and we end in a good note. Then you heard now they're going to meet with the boat owners. Well, that was something really strange. I mean, even if you want, there's an independent organization, they could meet with boat owners, but they were already liaising with us,
in discussion with you.
And from the beginning, we were doing groundwork for them. They didn't have any field officer, liaison officer at that time. We were the ones who mobilizing the community to come to these consultations.
Why do you think, not that you would know, of course, but speculating, why do you think your organization was sidelined and they went straight to the boat, the fisher folk, the boat owners?
Well, I ain't dealing with no speculations. I just dealing with now what went on and how we proceed with the matter. So they dealt with the boat owners. They called a meeting at the Methodist Church Hall, and invited the boat owners. But within our ranks and so on, we discussed the matter and thought that more persons than the boat owners should go.
Right.
Because the fishing industry is more than a boat owner. You know, the chain, the food chain for the fishing industry, you have the processors, the people who help to clean the fish, chop the fish. You have people who help to pull up the boat. You have the people who fix engine. So it's holistic. So to just deal with just the boat owners, we didn't think it so. So
they wanted specifically just boat owners.
Just boat owners. Okay. So we discussed it, and it was thought that the boat owners should encourage other persons to go to the meeting.
Right.
This happened, I also like the day before the meeting, the liaison officer on the ground saw me and told me they were going, if I heard about the meeting. I said yes. He said he could inform me about the meeting, but he can't invite me.
Wait.
Right?
I'm confused.
And he said if he saw the president of the National Fish of Hope, he wanted to tell him face to face too. Right?
When did all of this happen? Did all of this happen? Well, this
over a period of time.
No, but it could inform me, but can't invite you. This happened after the meeting, which
No.
was held by...
No. This is the meeting that is going to be held to invite both owners.
No, but this took place after the meeting, which was held by MP Cummins in the area, or before?
No, this is before.
Before. But hold on, Andre. We're gonna take a quick break.
No problem.
We'll come back. We're gonna be joined by our counsel on Council JomoThomas, Plain Talk segment. All right,
JomoThomas.
Yes. So let's take a quick break and we come right back. All right. It's OMG in the morning. Show back Tuesday. Let's take this break and come right back.
Pulse Limited continues to
When you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Flow.
No terms and conditions apply.
Low, plus you get free and efficient delivery. We're located.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Soca Monarch. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again. When I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
How big? Like we really mean?
We mean big! You can win Careers Hizzles vouchers of US 20, 60, 100, and even US $150. And that's not all. You can win free Argo cement by the sack or even by the sling.
A sling of cement? Like a whole sling? That's not like 35 sacks?
Yes, a sling! 35 sacks of Argo cement could be yours when you buy 5 sacks or more of Argo cement at Careers Building Supplies, Ace Hardware, Ace 2 Honnesville, Ace 3 Pembroke, and Diamond Woods. Join the winning team today when you buy 5 or more sacks of Argo cement at Careers Hizzles.
Careers Hizzles, terms and conditions apply.
It's month-end again, and Caress Food Mart is the only place to shop for your month-end savings. Garlic, $2.75 per sleeve. Chicken leg quarters, $2.40 per pound. Chuck Wagon chicken franks, $5.60. Always Safe whole corn, 15 ounces. $3.10.
When you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with
No terms and conditions apply.
Let's say plum rose with the water. Island says plum rose, sparkling water. Grab a bottle now. Island says plum rose
beyond water.
We make it here.
It's the On-Tour Calypso Tent at Russell's Auditorium with 2 big nights. Thursday the 9th of June with the Open Show. And then on Thursday the 16th for the Calypso Preliminaries. 15 Calypsonians come here. Patches, Abijah, Da Vinci, Mavo, Mansik, Marshy, Ipa, Koja, Rastamanai, Azara, B, Chico B, Bongo Eiley, Sayanai,
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
To beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will be that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases. So you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Plain talk. Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas. Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG. Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG. Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG.
Hello? Hello?
We're just having a little bit of tech issues here. Conks, if you're with us, just bear with us, please. We're trying to get it sorted out. And just stay right there, Conks. All right, we just trying to figure this out. What's happening here? Try it, Shady.
Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk on OMG.
Hello?
Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG. Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG. Plain Talk. Plain Talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Everybody singing. Oh, we don't have no behavior. Total disorder. Don't cross the border. Don't cross the border. Bartender, hurry up with the order. Oh, the whole place get turned over. Can't play massive free powder. Everybody know every time we touch down is splinters. That's the show. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining splinters. That's the show. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining. No, they can't drink like we. None of them can fed like we. Can't have energy like we. Full of stamina, down vibes like we. Vibes up from the time that we reach. Drinks up, no the madness release. We having a good time. We don't have no time for bad line. Oh, we don't have no behavior. Total disorder. Don't cross the border. Don't cross the border. Bartender, hurry up with the order. Oh, the whole place get turned over. Can't play massive free powder. Everybody know every time we touch down is splinters. That's the show. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it, fine. Every man put your hand up, every girl start whining splinters. That's the show. Fine, yo, Holland pull up. Mash it.
Plain Talk. Plain Talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Okay, so Council, you hearing us now?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, thank you very much. We just had someone did something there. It was no fault, but you know it is. Marius came in and he's did something. This morning we have as our special guest inside Council, Andre Liverpool from the Goodwill. Andre, what's the name of the organization?
Goodwill Fisherman's Co-op.
Goodwill Fisherman's Co-op. And he's speaking to us. I don't know if you heard a bit of what he was speaking to us about, but I know you may want to say something about what the whole situation there. Jump in if you need to.
I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, you didn't hear what he said. Andre, you want to briefly, just briefly?
Well, all I was saying is in relation to the port modernization project in terms of the moving of the fisher folk and the residents and shopkeepers, and in terms of the fisher, we had engaged them with a proposal and they had a counter proposal, and then they shift now from relating to us to going direct to the boat owners. And right now we're in discussion of where the fisher folk go, and that sort of thing. So that basically is.
That's where we got for now.
That we got for now.
Do you have a position on all that is happening in that Rose Place area, Council?
Well, there are a number of things that's happening there. They are hoping to do the port modernization, which I think is a positive development. I think, however, that whatever happens, they need to find a way to deal with the fisher folk who have been in that area probably since the 1980s. Well, before, but certainly that area developed and built up when you get down to bottom down there, probably in the 1980s. So I think that they have to find a way of dealing with that. I think there's some evidence that the government is attempting to deal with it. As part of the relocation plan, they went ahead and built a number of homes at Lomans Bay. And I do recall the parliamentary representative for the area, Mr. Danielle Cummins, expressing some pleasure at what he saw as the attempt on the government's part to deal with the plan. I know that there's a big problem as it relates to where the, the fishing boat would go. There was one idea at a time. At one time, the plan was to put some of the boat at least at Edinburgh, but many of the people at Edinburgh expressed outrage that the boat would be coming there. I remember I was representing a homeowner whose property might have been taken, and there was a community meeting where people from the community came and other people from the government came, and there was a talk, and many of the people in that area expressed disagreement with having the boaters, the fishing boats lodged at the bay at Edinburgh. So that's as much as I know. It's a difficult problem because when we have these kind of things to deal with, everybody says not in my backyard. Everybody wants to buy fish, but nobody wants to see the boat there. I remember when I went to that event, some people were saying that they thought that if the boat were to come up there, some people would be on the beach. It may create or harbor criminal activity and so on. Those are some of the things that the people in the community was saying. So that's a problem that they have to work out. But Mr. Liverpool would know much more of what is happening than I would.
All right, guys, we just having some challenges here with our audio problem. A number of persons on the live saying they're not hearing you, Jomo. So let us try and get that sorted out. If you do not mind, this morning, let us try and sort that out and get back to you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. But how we will know when I needed to be there. Someone is saying they're hearing fine, but I am testing it on myself. All right, a couple of the folks saying that they're hearing fine. So you good to go, Council.
No, I finished saying what I was saying. I said that Mr. Liverpool.
Okay, well, get into your commentary, and we will get back after your commentary. We get back to Andre and continue from where we left off. Okay.
Well, basically, what I wanted to talk about is the decision of St. Vincent and the Grenadines not to attend the Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles. I want to say that I am totally in support of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines' position. I think that the bullying attitude of the United States government has to come to an end. If you have a Summit of the Americas and you're discussing problems related to the Americas, I think all of the relevant parties need to be there. This notion that Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua are not democratic minded or are open to democratic policies and opinions, to me is a canard. It cannot stand. I mean, in the United States, which is celebrated as one of the world's greatest democracy, we know that there are concerted effort on the part of certain sectors of American society to suppress the vote. Many people are all kind of problems are placed in the ways to allow them to vote. So whereas in the last election you had people voting on weekends or they had early voting, in some states across the United States, they are now trying to curtail that to ensure that people don't get that chance to vote. Because many people only have to vote on election day, they think that may cause a suppression of the vote. In addition to that, after the citizens' case that went all the way up to the Supreme Court said that companies are now seen as persons and they can spend as much money as possible in any electoral process. So what that meant is that big multinational corporations, very, very rich persons, are now able to set up shadow organizations, shadow companies, and spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to influence the outcome of elections. So if we call that democracy, and we see what is happening in Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua is not democracy, I need to say, for example, that no other person than former President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, announced that he had gone to Venezuela and he had watched the democratic process there and had concluded that the Venezuelan electoral process was one of the most democratic in the world. That's not me, that's no leftist, that's Jimmy Carter, a former president of the United States. But you know that the United States would always do these things. One time, Cuba was on the terrorist list, and then Obama went to Havana. He shook hands with Raúl Castro, and Cuba was removed from the terrorist list. Trump came in after the 2016 election, and he promptly put Cuba back onto the terrorist list. There was a time when North Korea was on the terrorist list. Trump got in, he took North Korea off the terrorist list. Um, Biden got in, and he promptly replaced North Korea. So a lot of their policies are very, very arbitrary. And I'm rather dismayed that in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, more and more of our people don't pay sufficient attention to what this powerful empire, the United States, do to countries all the time. Because if we take a country like Cuba, our neighbor to the north, and we consider the amount of assistance that Cuba has given to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I read a piece last weekend by Kamara Rose, the Searchlight columnist, who pointed to the fact that the Cubans have given about 350 scholarships to Vincentians over the last 40 years. And they did a rough estimate that says that if a scholarship is worth about $150,000, that would mean that Cuba has given about $52 million in assistance. And that's just in scholarships. If we consider the kind of assistance they offered as it relates to the construction of the international airport, everyone here would agree that had it not been for the Cubans and the Venezuelans, St. Vincent might not have had an international airport today. But more often than not, we don't hear Vincentians talking about this. We don't hear Vincentians protesting. If it were the Taiwanese, who many people would have been up in arms, and they would have been talking about this in the media. Every year this government goes to the United Nations and any other specialized institution and talks about the importance of incorporating the Taiwanese into the World Health Organization and so on and so forth. So I want to commend the government for taking a very strong position. I think that Prime Minister Gonzalez is on the right side of history on this one in terms of ensuring that the Americas remain united, and that one country don't arrogate to itself who can be invited and who cannot be invited to a regional forum. And I think that's the way for us to go. It is unfortunate that CARICOM has dropped its solidarity and its unanimity on issues of foreign policy. There was a time when CARICOM voted as a bloc as it related to foreign policy issues. But I think what the Americans have done, they have twisted arms and caused that solidarity to be broken. You remember when Trump was in power, he had selected about 4 or 5 Caribbean prime ministers, CARICOM prime ministers, to his palace in Miami. I mean in Florida. So there was that concerted effort to destroy the unity and to break the solidarity among these people. But again, Prime Minister Gonzalez, I commend him, and I think that is good to see him standing up for principle, for standing up for what is right, what amounts to a defense of the independence and integrity of countries to choose their own path to development, and to say that any problems that may develop in a country, the persons who can solve that problem, or the persons who are best able to solve that problem, are the people who are residing there, not the United States, not Gonzalez of St. Vincent or any other regional leader. So kudos to St. Vincent and the Grenadines position as it relates to the Summit of the Americas. And I really hope that more of us would look long and hard at the contributions that the Cubans have given, because Cubans have given contributions to St. Vincent and have made offered assistance to St. Vincent at a time when Cuba is overwhelmingly pressured and destabilized by the American government. Imagine what the Cubans would have been able to do had they not been under an embargo, had they not been under that level of pressure. I mean, Vincentians don't understand. I mean, all family members can just pack a barrel and send it to St. Vincent with all kind of things in there. For 60 years, 60 plus years, the American government have concluded that it would do everything in its power to demand that the Cubans buckle and fold and cry uncle. And the Cubans, through its leadership, Fidel Castro, then by Raul Castro, and now by Miguel Canel Bermudez, have stood firm. And I think that we need to recognize that, because in many respects, on many issues, our governments, our people need to be able to stand firm as well. That's my take for this morning.
Andre, you got any position on this commentary from Council with regards to the Summit of the Americas and Cuba?
Well, as Jomo said, and as you should know, Cuba has played a serious role in our development. A lot of our leaders in St. Vincent, be it in different engineers, doctors, management, studied in Cuba. So it is important that we show. But to me, over the years, it's just
Hold a minute, caller.
We have not promoted what Cuba has done for us. Like how Jomo saying, he don't think people really relating. But remember, sometimes if you don't promote where you're getting help from, sometimes people just take it for granted, you know. And I think that's one of the things over the years we want. Even when somebody, the same persons who study in Cuba come back, you don't get that they promote that they were studying in Cuba. You know what I mean? So then obviously if you study in Cuba being and you ain't promoting Cuba, I as a person looking at you might think, well, boy, something ain't right. You know what I mean?
Let's say the caller.
So yeah.
Caller, good morning. You're live.
Hello, good morning. I want to just, I guess, build on with the council saying, I stand firm with the people of Cuba. And me as a person talking from America, who work in the U.S. government, and I talk this plain and straight. We need to recognize Cuba resilience. And the embargo legally placed on countries like Cuba is unlawful, and we need to stand firm and tell them ease that up. And I commend the Prime Minister for talking about that years and years and years and years. But I want to bring it home now. The same energy we have to talk and tell America, stop fight Cuba legally on paper, but morally it's wrong. The same energy they use to shut down man like Bigger Bids. And we basically put an embargo on Bigger Bids. So I think it's a bit hypocritical that we could go on an international level and say America wrong. But in retrospect, we're doing the same thing to a local man and want him to fall and buckle. So it is what it is. We can't say America bad, but the same strategies America used against Cuba and Venezuela, my dear, we're using it in St. Vincent. So pick up all yourself, the refreshing topic as usual.
Thank you. What say you guys? Quickly. Council, you want to respond to the caller?
No, I don't think that there's anything there to respond to. I think that the call is on point.
Hey, Andre, you want to respond to the caller?
Well, that's the way when sometimes you're dealing with social justice and persons see like sometimes you're dealing with foreign things and home now. The way how you relate to the issue, it look like you're only for foreign things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is why we need to, as sometimes we say, you have to do things a yard before you go abroad. You know, and this is why sometimes when persons make stands, international stands, people kind of shoot their teeth because like, what you're telling me about there, and I mean, my home, look, you learn something blatantly happen to somebody who fighting for an issue. You know what I mean? So we have to deal with social justice. If we deal with international relations and we want to make a stand, right, we make a stand. But also, locally, man, people must be able to make stands for what is happening wrong if you see it wrong in St. Vincent too.
All right. Caller, good morning, you're live.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I keep hearing this thing about how many scholarships Cuba has given us, how much scholarships other places have given us. Do you really believe that scholarships that they award to St. Vincent is about education?
What do you mean?
In my view, it's about economics. Okay? You have 100 people studying in Cuba. That 100 person has to find accommodation. They have to buy food. They have to pay other utilities. That's economics. But I don't see it as that they're promoting education. I see that they're promoting economics. So that.
But I mean, look, please. Now, Cuba has been giving assistance to, I think, people like Dougie Slater and Andrus Wickham and those guys went to Cuba since in the 1970s? No, probably early 80s. What kind of economics? The Cubans, when they went there, every month the Cuban would have given them $90 to assist. I mean, Cuba has gone through difficult times now, again, because of the economic embargo. When we come on here and talk about Cuba doing this for economics, what economics? Cuba has given Cuba.
You have no problem with that. My view is a scholarship award is about economics.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I mean, come on now. So, all right. So, is the scholarship that the Taiwanese give, that's about economics too?
Andre, quickly, let's wrap it up.
Because you know, guys who call and talk about Cuba, they wouldn't say the Taiwanese are giving is about economics.
But that's his position, though, Council. You know, that's his position.
I am not saying that he doesn't have a right to say what he said. I have a right to respond to what he said.
Correct. Andre.
Yeah, well,
I see this is generating some discussion.
But the only thing is that everybody entitled to their opinion. But when you have to see things not narrowly, now you're saying it's economics. But when you check in terms of the training that we got,
who benefit more economically?
Who benefit more economically?
Final caller. Let's do the final caller.
Scholarship to educate you at the end of the day.
Caller, you're the final caller in this segment. Good morning. You're live. Andre.
Good morning.
And Liverpool. Yes.
Liverpool. Mr. Liverpool, are you a married man?
What does that have to do with the discussion this morning?
I'm not being married.
What is that? Anyway, let's get to the point. We are out of time in this segment. So let's go quickly, please.
I wanted to ask that if when you was getting married, had you invite the whole village to your marriage celebration, your wedding celebration? No. You invite who you wanted. And this is happening to all the other countries. They just have things and they invite who they want.
But sir, what are you saying? No, Bing, you should stop him, because this is not about inviting who you want. This is about the Summit of the Americas. When they started in 1994, the countries of the Americas were invited, all of them.
Mr. Thomas, in all respect, I done sum you up in a certain extent.
I am sure you have.
Long as, listen, you hate to hear the word capitalism or democracy, and don't care how the socialists stink, you would rather socialists stink like Karen to be in governance all over the world, and you will afraid to hate democracy.
But what is Mr. I heard that, but Mr. Slider,
McKenzie.
What is it about democracy? You are talking about what is democratic about a country hosting a Summit of the Americas and saying, you see, you, Slider, as the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, you can't come. And you see you, Andre, Prime Minister of Grenada, you can't come. And you see you, Jomo, from Jamaica, you can't come either. Guess why? Because I don't like your face. Your nose too big.
It could be for the other reasons.
But which other reason is it?
But
there can be no reason. There can be no valid reason to say you're blocking people from coming.
Don't care how communism or socialism will stink.
But who is talking about communism or socialism here, sir? You are mixing apples and oranges, respectfully.
No, I am mixing on. I'm telling you.
But where does the issue of capitalism, communism come in?
But democracy is about people who given the authority and the right to choose, like what God did in the Garden of Eden in man, and he said, look, I put you here, you do this, or you do that. I give you the choice to live or die.
Okay.
That is democracy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Not communism and socialism.
Thank you, Mr. McKenzie. You got to wrap it up here. Council, you going to wrap it up here until Monday.
Yeah, I heard you say one, but I just want to say this in parting. A lot of times when we have conversations on radio, and I hear you trying to tell some people all the time, look, we are talking about this morning. We are talking about bread. We are not talking about butter. We are talking about clouds. We are not talking about rain. And people come on and they talk about every and anything. What does the issue of communism and socialism have to do with a summit of the Americas inviting everyone from the Americas? What does that have to do with communism and socialism? Except for the fact that you are big and you're bad and you're powerful and you're saying you can't come. I mean,
That's your take? That's your take this morning?
Until we meet again, sir.
Until we meet again next week, Monday morning. Hold on.
Before you jump out. No.
Oh, okay, all right. You can go. Until we meet again next Monday morning. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Before you go to your commercial break, let me get into some messages quickly. Check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant. It is now open. The address is 1133 Clarkson Avenue. Check them out in Brooklyn, New York. Grab yourself a delicious appetizer. You can also get an all-American burger. You can get your chicken, rice, and peas steak if you're looking for that. Just make sure you check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant. Now open at 1133 Clarkson Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. And of course, we want to remind you that it's the last day available for you to order up your pizza from Max Pizza and Kitchen in Beckway. You can call them at 4583-474 to place your order. You got to do so before 10 p.m. Once your order is placed, your pizza will be delivered at the Wharf tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. with the Beckway Express. And if you are into Carnival and you want to get in on that action, you want to check out Flow, because Flow has you covered for Carnival 2022. You can get entered for your chance to win your share of $20,000 cash, Carnival packs, costumes, exclusive staycations, tickets to the biggest events, and more. When you make the switch to Flow, when you bundle fixed services and mobile, when you activate a 3, 7, or 30-day always-on combo plan, or by simply recharging your account with $15 or more.
I tell you what, we still got Mr. Andre Liverpool with us this morning. We're discussing the Rose Place issue with the fisher folk down there. We're going to come right back and we're going to continue our discussion with Mr. Liverpool. Let's take a quick break and come right back with you this morning. It's Thursday morning. Let's do this.
At Cashways, we buy, sell, and trade.
When you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
An entry form and place in box provided. One opportunity to win a treat for dad this Father's Day. First prize, day pass for 2 at Blue Lagoon Hotel. Second prize, dinner for 2 at the Base Note.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomanar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends. We go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
They depend on you. Report to the authorities. That's what you should do. You see the signs, do what's right. Put a stop to child abuse. See, suspect, say. among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomanon. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take the ice of it.
Singleness again, when I'm with my friends, go party and never stop till the end of all in again.
Always be sure you settle for more. Get up to 35% off Baker's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call BMC Agencies Limited at 457-1066 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch. No more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD. Fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UE Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
Drink it up. Island Sips Plum-Rose Water. We drinking. Taste the flavor today. Drinking Plum-Rose Water from Island Sips. Caribbean fruit flavor. Island Sips. They mix the Plum-Rose with the water. Island Sips. Plum-Rose sparkling water. Grab a bottle now. Island Sips Plum-Rose sparkling water. Beyond water.
Destination Vincy Mass with the Boom Soca team.
Every time I watch, you make me feel a heat. Don't need to touch, but I got my eyes on you now and me now go miss a beat. One time. Volcano, you're up on the ocean. You can still picture in a motion. Fireman carriage because your heat too high. Dry up the earth and you make dogs cry. Cash for a night, can't measure how your back's up. Specialists can't see how your hands up. You can decide for the heights where you reach up. It's a pleasant kind of love. And you make me feel like heat. Don't need to touch. Oh, now got my eyes on you now and me now I go miss a beat. And we can't cool down cause the heat too strong. Because the days we blazing in love. Days we blazing in love. Keep blazing. Days we blazing in love. Days we blazing in love. Keep blazing. Get fire let me blaze in love. Get fire let me keep on blazing. Get fire let me blaze in love.
Get on board with the Boom Soca team on flight 1069.
All right, so we're back inside with Andre this morning from the Goodwill Fisherman's Co-op in the Rose Place area. Andre, let's jump straight into what? What are the main challenging issues that you are facing with everything that's happening right now?
Well, the whole thing is where the fishermen go, because as was stated, the residents already gone to
Lowmans.
The fisher folk now, which is livelihoods, person's livelihood. And if we're talking now about the blue economy and the importance of fishing to food security, You can't just tell people now, just pull up your boat anyway, because you're asking people to invest in bigger boats. So in terms of security now, you mean where in terms of the money?
So there isn't a designated area.
Well, this is what has, since, as I tell you, our proposal and then now the boat owners meeting. This is the shift now that things are going to, that the direction that the port modernization project is talking about, that
right,
people should take a package, certain amount of money is this for the boat owners. The other fisher folk will get assistance throughout the other government.
When they say take a package, what do they mean? What is this package?
Money. They should take now X amount of money.
Do you know the amount of money?
Well, they're suggesting between around the cap song like $18,000.
Right.
Dollars.
And when you take this money, do what?
Flee. Just move off
the area
of Rose Place and find somewhere.
If you have to go Mespo, you go Mespo.
Yeah. If you could remember what Latham said,
you
could try and get a boat up there. If you could push in down Lowmans, just take the money and run.
And if you don't take the money, you still gotta move.
Well, when they come, once they get a certain amount of persons, maybe they start to move and they just
hold on. Okay. And what is your organization saying about this then? Because they're saying, listen, we're giving you money, you have to take the money, and we expect all these boats to move. What are you saying?
Well, this is what we are saying is that where the industry is now, it's more than just boat owners taking money and try and find a spot.
Right.
We are saying that the industry needs a base where fishermen could pull up the boat for weather, whatever, and that is why we are pushing, so that they're stating that X amount of fisher folk don't come in and say they're willing to take the package. But we are saying, regardless of who, if some of the fisher folk are doing that, we are saying in the interest of the industry, we need to go the direction that we are suggesting. But as I saying, shoulder can go above head. And if that is how they analyze the way forward for the improvement of fishing, we will see how things unfold. But from our point of view and how we see it, this is why, as I said, we were engaging them. We listened to everybody had the time in the media, and we thought that it coming down now where we see the shift now, that we thought that, and then years gone by around this time in May, remember it used to be leading up to Fisherman's Day.
Right.
So normally the cooperatives used to have, let's say, a week activities, like Goodwill will have a week activities, the Barley Co-op will have a week.
Did you had anything?
No, because the time we was trying to find out if they were going to have Fisherman's Day, and you were saying a kind of undercurrent that it might be coming.
Were you caught to part of the planning process of Fisherman's Day and given your role in Fisherman's Day, your week of activities and all? What, any discussion at all was held with you?
We had discussion because the minister came at a meeting with other fisher folk, Goodwill and other fisher folk, to say that they're going to have Fisherman's Day. But the time that meeting against when the time for fish, we already knew that it wasn't going to be anything big, you know what I mean? And already.
So you made a deliberate decision to stay out of Fisherman's Day.
Well, because of the issue, we have a bigger issue than Fisherman's Day is just one day a year. You know what I mean? True that we didn't have it last year and so on. But the crux of what's happening in relation to fisher folk in Kingstown. Getting involved. I mean, some persons went in, but as I say, because it delayed, it's a planning execution. You know, it wasn't going to be. It just was going to be more some music out there. Fisherman, not a Fisherman's Day. It's like a fish fest then. You know what I mean? So in that kind of way. But our real issues.
You battling another issue.
Yeah. That's more bigger than Fisherman's Day. You know what I mean? Fisherman's Day is every day for fisherman. You know what I mean? But the celebration that is coincide with Monday then. You know what I mean? We thought at this juncture, we had to deal with our issues, and we were already calculating to use leading up to what is officially the designated time for Fisherman's Day to give out our views on the issue that we're facing. You know, it so happened that the time came upon us, and we're doing it now. As I said yesterday, we had a live streaming of our views again down there, and today, and we'll go on speaking our side now, because everybody already spoken. You know what I mean? So we need to put our information out there, and people will see what is what. You know? So that
you said that they were telling you that a number of fishermen actually came forward and said that they will accept the packages.
Yeah. They told us that because what happened now, after the boat owners meeting came off now, we the National Fisher Folk wrote the Chief Fisheries Officer asking that use her office to facilitate a meeting, and then the Goodwill now wrote the port modernization project to say, well, we didn't hear from you, and these are our suggestions and so on, right? So with that now, and then we had at the same meeting that the minister had to talk about Fisherman's Day, we raised the whole issue with the port modernization. So he told us now you go to cabinet and give him some time.
Cabinet was yesterday.
No, not
yesterday. Okay, prior.
So we said, all right, we'll hold off. So he had discussions, and then he contacted the port modernization project. So when we were going to have the meeting with him now, members from the port modernization project came to that meeting. So we're supposed to have a follow-up meeting the 13th, because we already told them now that the way how we were going, Edinburgh is what we saw we were going along in a good faith. And now you're shifting now, just take money and go. We don't think that is right. So they're supposed to come back now and to go back over that whole thing with saying if Edinburgh is feasible or not. So we're waiting on a meeting the 13th. So this is where between that time now, we reaching out to the public and hearing our views in relation that we really think that method, that the way how they're dealing is really, because they already told us and we had documentation to show that they said Edinburgh in a definite way to shift now, really showing bad faith, my brother, you know, but maybe that's how life is.
Okay, tell you, we got to jump into another segment. I want you to stick around because I'm sure this discussion is going to shift over to spill over to the other segment as well. It's now time for us to get to Mr. Weeks. We haven't had him yesterday. Well, the last time we had him was what? Earlier on in the week, did we? Yeah, Monday.
No, because we weren't on Monday.
Right.
That was last week.
Yeah, last week. So he's due. He's well due now. So Shady, let's drop him and let's get him coming in. It's now time for Mr. Weeks right here on OMG in the morning. Stick around. We're gonna continue with this discussion. So let's go, Shady. Nothing, Shady. Nothing.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
All right, we should be joined by Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks, this is your turn to call 451-1069. Yeah, he's gonna get inside and we're gonna, continue with the discussion. Let's see if we've got him online this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Weeks.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. You hearing us loud and clear?
I am hearing you.
Okay, Landry, you hearing Mr. Weeks there?
Yes,
Mr. Weeks. All right.
I don't think the problem is whether or not you are hearing you or I am hearing you. From what I heard earlier on, the problem was the person on the line, whether or not the listeners will be able to hear them.
Okay. Well, normally when they can't hear, they would say quickly.
Yeah.
And no one has said that we can't hear you. How have you been?
I am good in a being. I am very good.
Okay. This morning
morning, Danny.
Morning.
And we've got Andre Liverpool from the Corp Fishermen's Day. What's it?
Goodwill
Fishermen's Corporation. Corp with us this morning as well.
I know Andre long before Goodwill Fishermen.
Okay.
Yeah. Morning, Andre.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
How you doing, sir?
Not too bad.
Cool. And being good morning to your listeners.
Yes. on behalf of them. Mr. Weeks, I'm interested to hear if you wanna pick up on anything that was discussed so far for the morning. You
Oh,
can
then
go
there's
ahead.
so many things I wish I can talk about, but I want to stay within the time.
Yes.
So I want to go back. I would have loved to go back as far as last week, about a week or so ago, when Danielle raised a heavy topic, and I would have wanted to pursue it with her so that I can understand a bit more about it. It has to do with minimum wage. And it's a good thing Andre is there, because I think Andre knows. It would have been a good thing because Andre knows about a number of these issues. I think it's a heavy topic, and I would have loved to pursue that so I can understand it a bit more, how it works, what it means, and so forth. But maybe we can get back to that another time.
Yes, certainly.
Yes, there's also the issue of the street vending in St. Vincent, and particularly those that were removed from Massey. And I think a lot have been said about that. I don't know how much more we can say. I hope the cats are safe and they didn't get discarded, and so forth. But one of these days, one of these Sundays, you may see me dealing with it, because you see that multi-million-dollar building over in what's that there, Montrose, where you have really busy traffic on a Sunday morning, hundreds of persons going in and out there. In my state of poverty, one of these days I may set up my tent there so that I can get some patronage. And I encourage the poor people in St. Vincent who look for traffic where persons are going out, in and out, to go there and ply the trade on a Sunday morning. And any other time when the traffic. It's a good location. During the tourist season, the foreigners visit there on their way to they pass there on their way to the gardens. To enter the gardens. They change the entrance and the exit so often. You have to think twice when you're talking about the exit or entrance into the garden, exit from or entrance into the garden. But maybe one of these days we'll see action on that, so that we may see some vending going on there one of these days. In terms of the fishermen discussion, this is something I have very deep interest in. And whether you're fishing, whether your base is in Kingston, Clare Valley, Caliaco, wherever else, kind of one, like the Union, wherever you're based, I have a deep interest in not just the welfare, but the business that these persons and these entities engage in. Because this, I know, can be one of the biggest industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it is going to be a big industry. I have no doubt about it. It is going to be a big industry. It is going to swell. You know, fishing is one of these things where the value added, and I'm talking value added in economic terms, not as it is used ordinarily to mean whether you can or value added means what you get out of it as compared to what you put in, the input you put in. The value added you get from your input can be significant. And I know this is going to become big, and I urge the fishermen and young persons who want to get into the industry to see this as not something as a cottage industry. We have to get away from the days when a man would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I salute them, because it's a dangerous undertaking they do on a regular basis. And that is why I am always prepared to pay what they are for the fish once I can afford it. When I can't afford it, I just leave it alone. But I would hope that these guys can take their their work seriously. It cannot be a part-time hobby undertaking anymore. It is a serious industry. And folks like Andre, who are, I don't know if it's assisting, well, in any case, it will be assisting in the cooperative, because I think they have a role to play, because it is only them who will ensure that in the next year or two, we don't see persons from Guatemala coming in here to fish and land fishing. I have been asking that question for some time now, and I see it coming. And I use Guatemala, but it may be some other country in the region. If we're not careful, if our fishermen don't respond well to meet the demands of this industry, organize themselves, the cooperatives have to get into doing business. Cannot be a hobby anymore. Are we going to lose it? And that's my encouragement to the fishermen.
Andre.
I hope they have gotten the safety equipment that was donated to this country. It has been sitting in storage for too long, for no reason at all, in my opinion. I hope they have gotten it by now.
No, they haven't gotten it as yet. They're still supposed to have a ceremony to hand them out. So they're still in storage.
Even though we're joking with this thing, you know, man. And these are the things that get me really, really upset. Get me really, really upset. These things have been sitting in storage for how long now? During that time when these items are sitting there, we have seen men at sea struggling, including what is it? The chairman or the president of the industry.
President of the National Fisher Folk.
And you have these things sitting there, and those people who are responsible. And when we talk like this, we think we're talking about politicians, but the people who must do their work.
Well, I think
I get upset about these things, you know. I get really, really upset about these things. Yeah, we probably lost lives at sea during that time when those items were sitting there. And it's not good. We have to deal with it, and we must deal with it urgently.
Can we get some context to this conversation, please? Because I don't know.
These were some safety gears that came in through a project. But you're supposed to have some training, then they hand them out. But I think some of the training did happen, but due to the COVID protocols, I don't think all the training was done. So they wanted to do the training first before they hand them out.
But fisher folks going out in the meantime, though.
Yeah. Well, outside of these equipment, fisher folks supposed to have a radio, be it your phone, certain other safety gears. But this was a particular project to increase the safety gears to fisher folk.
And what is the reason given?
No, I'm saying that you're going to have the training, and then you're going to hand them out after. But as I say, the COVID is what I understand hinder the training process, and then to be able to hand them out.
And as a cooperative, you okay with that? That is taking this?
No. Well, as I saying, you ain't okay with that because you want the equipment to reach the fisher folk for safety. But as you're saying, I'm saying just now that the persons who are dealing with that, say due to the COVID.
That's the explanation. Okay.
How did they go through selecting who does the training and gets the equipment? Do you know?
Yeah. In some of the cases, they liaison with the different co-op. You submit names, and then out of that now they take out some of those names to do the first batch or the second batch, and so.
So did anybody from Goodwill attend?
Yeah.
Okay. What reviews did they give? Just.
Yeah. Good reviews because the fisher folk want that. It's just that sometimes even when they go through the training, some persons still forget and don't use it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So this is some of the issues within the co-op that we're fighting with to make sure that our members realize it's safety first.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that you have to deal with safety and even the possibility like a method like a flow chart that when you leave in, at least you log in to the
transmission
site so that by a certain time now, even give location where you might be going, so that if by a certain time you're not back,
People would
that you
realize
could
that
start to
something's
to raise a flag too. So these are issues within the industry that we're discussing and trying to get. So it's a whole heap of things going on at the same time, my brother.
Back to you, Mr. Weeks.
And Andre, may I ask, since December 2019 and now, are fishermen in any way stopped fishing? Were they fishing since that time? Were they breaking them fishing?
No. Only thing that was happening, that happened, is that due to COVID and then the volcano, you had reduction in catch, you know. Yeah, but fishermen still going playing the trade,
Right.
you know.
So the
These
point
days.
I'm making, Andre, no COVID protocol prevented the fishermen from fishing. I have not heard of any outbreak in among the fisher folk in the area of COVID. And therefore, I conclude that were persons interested in conducting the training so that the fishermen can get the equipment, it would have been done. And Andre, I am urging you, as a strong African man, that you need. Well, I'm talking about you because you are with us this morning. You need to get these cooperatives going. The effort has to go into them, because if these cooperatives don't get going and respond to the industry as a business, they're going to lose it. We will have folks from Guatemala, justifiably so, come in here and fish and land their fish.
One question though to you both. I don't know if you guys know, but Andre should know. Don't we have Venezuelan boats coming to buy baits and other types of fish too?
They are foreign boats.
Foreign boats.
Yes.
Come
Yeah,
through.
I'm gonna just put it at that.
Okay.
To come and buy bait and that kind of thing.
And how does that affect you? How do you feel about that, your organization?
Well,
your fish
some of it is in terms of the size of the fish that is sold. Sometimes the regulation is they're too small, then they shouldn't be sold for bait and that kind of thing. So there's issues relating to that.
And do you know if they fish in our water?
Well,
that's what Mr. Weeks is really.
Well, all those things are happening. You know what I mean? Fishing in waters in our water in terms of to be able to catch them is another issue. You know,
right.
But they catching it because remember it's friend our waters and nearby waters are closed. You know what I mean? So that's an issue too in terms of fishing in our waters, and there's a lot of issues. And as Mr. Weeks mentioned, one of the things that like I'm trying to do and we trying to think with other is the importance of strengthening the cooperatives and getting persons involved in the industry now to assist in the management, you know, because I mean I not involved in direct fishing, you know what I mean, but I was involved in community work in generally and in the area, and so I got involved through may soul rest in peace, a brother, and his nickname was Pip. You know, he was into technical, he used to deal with the engine. Okay. You know what I mean? So through him I got involved. So yeah, so there's a lot of room for improvement in the crop. I mean, we have our issues too internally, and you're trying to convince people now if the industry getting, like as the minister keep calling it now, is blue diamond, you know, as a whole, you know, all the words, the pretty words of this industry now, but they have some basic things
that need to fix.
That we need to sit down in a participatory way then. Not just call persons to the this is what we're talking about, and then when you feel again you call, you know, you need to be part of a process, ongoing process, you know, to be able to get results, you know. And that's the issue that we really trying to put on the agenda, and say with the port project now, they seem to be isolated from the fisheries department, agriculture, because they're saying nobody, when they had the consultation at the Met List, nobody from fisheries agriculture was there. It was just the project officer, the liaison officer, and I think somebody to take notes. You know, there was no official from the ministry. You know, and that was one of the things that persons who went was finding strange, and they were supposed to get back to the ministry, the fisheries, the ways who kind of called for that meeting. You know what I mean? Because persons were even thinking in the meeting when it was mentioned that they were linked with fisheries. That was just a kind of all right to start the discussion that was taking place that time then. You know, so it is at a junction now where we saying it, you just can't see things narrowly. It had to be seen in a broader way. Everybody, the players had to be involved in a real way, you know, and we trying to play our part. As I said, we heard everybody else say their part. We were making sure we got, you know, because we had discussion with the chief to make sure. Because, and then one of the things, remember, Rose Place, Kingston is one of the landing sites. There's only 2 landing sites: Kingston, Rose Place, and Barley. Caliqua is not a landing site. Now that persons are shifting now to go to Caliqua, they are looking to make Caliqua a landing site, but it is not. If you check from the fisheries documentation, it's Rose Place, Kingston, and Barley. You know what I mean? So this is why now even there was a social and economic analysis done, a Sapman report done by the university that clearly explained. That was 2008. The importance of fishing in Rose Place, the whole socio-economic, you know, and so to us, we now found that document, and we were saying that if you bring a project of like a port project or a project coming on the heels of that already done, they already finished doing that proposal, you're supposed to take those data into consideration when you're planning now the way forward. You know what I mean?
Let's get Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks.
Yes, Ben, sorry.
Yes. One of the main issues that Andre spoke of earlier on this morning is whereby fishermen are being offered a package, right, and not given some way where they can pull up their boats. Am I quoting you correctly? Yeah, Andre. And there isn't a location, an area in which they've been given to secure their boats, and they've been told, take the package and you figure it out.
Where do these fishermen live, Andre?
Well, fishermen live different places, right? Yeah. But the base is Rose Place. What's
yes, I know this.
Yeah. Persons live Camden Park. Yeah, Camden Park, Green Hill, Chauncey, Rose Place, Montrose.
So these fishermen, individually or as a group, cannot shift to one of the existing landing sites. You have to create a new landing site for them. Is that absolutely necessary?
Well, due to the size of the landing site in Rose Place, and you need security for your boats and different kind of thing. This is why we suggested Edinburgh. Now, the fact that we engaged them and they gave a counter proposal to us. But in terms of what you're saying, pulling up most, like you encouraging more persons in the industry now. So you have so you might have people in Clay Valley already have a boat, and people they interested in getting another boat. So here it is now. You should go and try and fit in the Kittels or some persons saying Lomans because some of the persons got houses. But not many fisher folk got the houses. It's more persons who had squat them. But you're hearing now things to happen at Lomans Bay. So the kind of way that just go and pull up in a time when you're talking about lifting the standard of the industry seem kind of far-fetched. And as I was saying, we had already engaged in discussion with Edinburgh. They even have a pamphlet. It's the same. It seems so weird that persons will tell you something, print it, and then now at this junction now, shifting like if they never said it, that was never. So it to me, as a person involved in an organization, this It's the first I have felt so like you people disrespecting you then, because
Yeah.
you're engaging them and you come into conclusion, and then at this junction now, however it changed, what happened, it just shift without no explanation. Like, all right, the reason that we heard now that was explained in the meeting is that why they went to the boat owners now and then come back to us is because some boat owner went on the TV and said that he didn't hear anything about the project. Now, I know no matter how much promotion you do with any issue, you're going to have somebody who's still not going to hear about the issue. So to say now, that's the reason why you had to have a meeting with the boat owners and just ignore the persons who are helping you from initial. We help to mobilize when the consultants from CDB, the other people who got private contract consultancy, we help mobilize, and then you just disregarding people. So I telling you, I never see that in all my dealing with development, you know. So this is where we are, and it's unfortunate because I interested, the fisher folk interested in national development, just as who get the job to carry out the project for the port project. So we are equally interested, but you have to give people the respect. And we were doing work. We doing work. We continue to do work in presenting issue, the case. We go into different meetings that happening. They had a meeting recently with the World Bank looking at certain level of insurance for fisher folk, not for the equipment, but the livelihood, a new kind of looking at insurance. Yeah, so we participating in the whole process.
Let's get a response to Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks.
Yes, thank you. Andre, I empathize with you. I don't want to sound like I am siding with the authorities against the fishermen, because I value fishing, and I value the folks who are involved in the fishing industry. For the last how many months? It's probably 6 months now. Andre, I can't even find a dolphin to buy. And it's partially because I can't afford to buy 30 pounds one time or 20 pounds one time, because I know there's dolphin on the market, but for people like me can't get it to buy because there's a high demand for it. I believe a lot of it might be exported, and persons who can buy 20 and 30 pounds one time. So that's why I know there's really room for development. I understand that if you disrespectful and all of that, and that can make you angry, and justifiably so. But my advice to you is to differentiate between what is your position, and that might seem like the best thing for the folks in fishing now is to go to Utley Hall, but to look more at what is your interest rather than your position. And I believe your interest would be the welfare of the fisher folk, but I'm suggesting that it should be more than welfare now. It should be their business outcome. And if you look at interest, very often you get further along than if you stick with a position.
All right.
I mean, that's my advice to you on that.
Thank you very much,
All right,
Mr. Weeks.
Thanks, Mr. Weeks.
Yes, sir.
Before I go, I came on this morning to give you a message, but we don't have enough time for it. And this would have been the appropriate time because Andre is here. Andre, you involved in the environment and preserving our natural history and so.
Yeah. And I heard you some a point relating to the garden sometime, and right. I strongly support you on that. I even, as you mentioned earlier on with the shifting of the entrance to the garden, I am one personally think that the way the school was, that the gardens were supposed to get there, and the original entrance of the gardens be where it is. It's there, but it is still kind of shift it around, because the way out was the gardens was designed, it was to enter from the bottom and the kind of go up the top. To me, it turned back to front. You know, so I strongly support in those issues that you raise
Yeah.
with the
But
gardens.
what I wanted to talk about
Mhm.
is our natural history. And Andre, you probably, I don't know if you're part of it. You are a member of the National Trust or a supporter?
Yeah.
Andre's involved. He's involved.
He's
involved.
The National Trust.
Yeah,
But
he's
you know,
involved.
sometimes.
Weekend, we received some artifacts.
Yeah.
They claim might be 70 or 7,000 years old.
From where?
That some Christian people stole from us. I don't know when and how. It would be interesting for us to have those details. The FBI, being the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, got involved and retrieved them, and they were sent back to St. Vincent. And we can clap loudly for that. We ensured that it was safe. We sent a PS all the way. I don't know if it is to Washington or to New York to collect them and to bring them back, and I applaud that. But my question, Andre, these 2 or 3 pieces, or how many pieces of items that came back, where is the collection that they are going to join? The ones that we had before, where are they? And where can I take my 6-year-old child? I don't have one though, but just in case I had one, where can I take him or her?
See them.
In comfort and proudly to see these items.
Well,
we lost an opportunity when we break down the old terminal building in Diamond in the interest of development. I'm urging the National Trust to take up this thing seriously and let us feel more proud. Bing, this is for you. And Andre. Let us take our natural history seriously. And as we do when we go to Taiwan, then you've been to Taiwan, and I believe that you may have visited the National Museum, and you see how proudly they display their history and the pot that this emperor had cooked his food in, and the sword that he fought with. And you go to Tokyo, and you see the same thing, and in Barbados right there.
Mr. Weeks.
We in the world, we ought to be proud of our natural history.
Yeah, Mr. Weeks.
We need to find a proud.
Mr. Weeks.
Yeah.
As a person who has a radio program and seem like listening, you have ears to closer to the establishment. I think. Well, no. I'm telling you how it sung, Mr. Weeks. So I'm saying, likewise as you mentioned, me, myself, Bing, I think it is equally on your part because you usually be on a program on Sunday with persons who close and know about these historic things. So you need to talk to your neighbor. You know what I mean?
Not being Andres would talk
you know,
to
your neighbor and see sometimes and then for me, I've reached a stage, Mr. Weeks, unless it's real necessary, I'm not talking. Not that I'm afraid to talk, but if you're going to make a suggestion and nobody ain't listening, my brother, you have to save your energy for the next phase. You know what I mean? So all it. Huh?
Not when it comes to our history.
Okay. Well, all right. So with our history, we're starting to clean up the old National Library from next week, Mr. Weeks. You're going to be up there? Are you going to get a power wash? Eh?
I think clean up the old library when the French.
No, well, we're going to coordinate with them. It's our place.
What about out Argyle? What are we doing with Argyle, Mr. Weeks?
That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. But Andre,
Hey.
respond to the point you made earlier. I don't sit in meetings on these matters. Had I done that, it would not have been in the state that it is at this point in time.
Okay.
And that's why I'm pointing to you and Bing. Well, Bing as a messenger.
Well, I seen you as a messenger too, because you on the radio station every Sunday. You sitting down there too, Mr. Ryan. So you could make, and then the Prime Minister usually calling Weeks. You could plug that for the way forward, my brother, and we will continue to do. Hello?
Is he a member of the National Trust? That's what you're saying?
Who?
Mr. Ryan.
No, I can't say if he's a member of the National Trust, but I think he has close air that he could raise points, and I think he was in an organization that was trying to deal with certain history and that kind of thing. And that program.
Don't duck it,
Eh?
Andrew.
No, I ain't ducking anything, my brother. But
Guys,
I'm
we gotta
saying
go to the top.
the
We gotta
person
go to
who
the top.
raising
We
it
gotta go to the top.
sit down close to people who could knock on the doors.
And then I'm going. Andrew, this is the responsibility of the National Trust.
Okay.
Don't duck it.
Okay.
All of us, Mr. Weeks.
Andre,
All of
stay right
us.
there. Thank
All
you very
of
much,
us.
Mr. Weeks. We catch you on Monday morning, all right?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, cool. Shady, let's go to the top and come right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Soca Team Boom, we would like to welcome you on board Flight 1069. Mission, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival. Soca Aviation regulations requires that you fet with the Soca Team for the duration of this flight.
Well, this is Cap in this thing, man, on the Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team. Real steel.
They done as your boy Casper G on Flight 1069. Boom Soca Team. Don't play with it.
And the shouting, hey, nicey call, Flight 1069, Boom Soca Team, Destination Vincimas. Hey, tell them chemical, let go the gas mask.
Once again, welcome on board and enjoy Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team.
Yo, Fred, shot. And the girl them a dick. Shot. In a real life situation. DXTP. Whole night. A bad girl and no light. Hey, she getting on naughty in the party. She know what I like. She said the wine in it miraculous. And now she needs them knocking over. This whole time I getting on a bad and a bad and a bad. The super fragilistically espialidocious. A whining and a focus. On top of the bumper day and a whining hard on it. And the whole night. Down in it, I down in it, I down in it. Come see the boy when I walk in. Down in it, down in it, I down in it. Come see the boy when I walk in. Down in it, I down in it, I down in it. She say I'm a king, so she pounding it. Yeah, shawty pounding it.
My WCE, you're so rude and freaky. To how you open up your heart, girl. I fall in love so deeply. And when I whine on the thing, man, it feels so sweet, baby. So if I ever break your heart, girl, don't leave me, don't leave me. And when I whine up on your girl, it's just sweet ecstasy. I'll put a ring for the finger, just wait and see. I love when you whine and bend over, whine and bend over. And I love when you whine and get down, girl, whine and get down, girl. So, far forever. I wanna live down in your world, far forever. I wanna be inside your world, far forever. I wanna wind up in your world, far forever. Far forever.
Get on board with the Boom Soca Team on Flight 1069.
We still got Andrew with us this morning. He's gonna stick right there. I'm gonna take a quick break and come right back. When we come back, I wanna ask you, Andre, what's Rainforest's role in all that is happening with your fisher folk and your fishermen? I want to get to that, okay? But we're gonna swing back to the development or non-development with regards to Shady. Is stop the music? Yeah, with regards to the fisher folks and where they should carry their boats and all of that. All right, but we're gonna take a quick break and come right back. This is OMG the morning right here. Andre Liverpool is inside with us.
Pulse Limited. You can win when you top it up, switch it up, set it up on the line. Easy wins with Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, set it up on the line. Easy wins with Flow.
Low terms and conditions apply.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomanar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends. We go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Is it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrocent General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company.
Or even by the sling.
A sling of cement? Like a whole sling? That's not like 35 sacks?
Yes, a sling! 35 sacks of Argo cement could be yours when you buy 5 sacks or more of Argo cement at Careers Building Supplies, Ace Hardware, Ace 2 Honnestvale, Ace 3, Pembroke, and Diamond Woods. Join the winning team today when you buy 5 or more sacks of Argo cement at Careers Hizzles. Careers Hizzles, terms and conditions apply.
It's month again, and Caress Food Mart is the only place to shop for your month-end savings. Garlic $2.75 per sleeve, chicken leg quarters $2.40 per pound, chuck wagon chicken franks $5.60, always safe whole corn 15 ounces $3.10, mini marshmallows $5.75, Hoya chocolate wafer $4.10, Gatorade sports drink $6, Hickory barbecue sauce 18 ounces $5.10, paper towel $3.75, 6-pack toilet paper $5.95, and 3-bottle liquor special started at $79.99. You know when you visit in store, you'll save more. Offer runs from May 27th to June 2nd, 2022. Caress distribution, terms and conditions apply.
On Friday, June 10th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $388,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next lotto jackpot, $388,000.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomanar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take the ice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends. We go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspects say among friends and families. See suspects say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right, put a stop to child abuse. See, suspects say, among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
No matter where we come from, the journey begins the same for all of us. There are no easy ways to achieve our dreams. The road is paved with determination and hard work, fueled by the love of what we do and the ones we do it for. At the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank, we share your vision to succeed. It runs generations deep. That's why we continue to take this journey with you. It's probably not what you expected from a bank, but we're not just any bank. We're the People's Bank.
St. Vincent Cooperative Bank.
Your penny bank, and so much more. For more information, call us at 456-1894 or visit our website today at www.svcooperative.bank.com.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Well, they done as a boy Casper G on flight 1069. Boom, soca team. Don't play with it.
All right, so Andrew, we're gonna wrap it up with
Right.
you this morning, all right? And before we went out, I said I wanted to ask you about rainforests. They're now in SVG. How does this affect the Goodwill Corporation, the fisher folks in general, especially in the Rose Place area?
Well, that affect it's supposed to strengthen because they're purchasing fish,
right?
To export,
right?
And they are one of the exporters because you have different other you have other
Right.
people involved in the fishing.
Right.
So it's a matter of the standards. We they haven't really engaged us, so we don't have a.
So you don't sell directly to them?
No, but they're going to be one of the persons that our members, fisher folk, generally going to deal with, because even with this, the fleet expansion that is project that is going to take place between the government, KCCU,
right,
and the different persons who sell fish too. They are going to be one.
So
of
who do they buy from right now?
Any fisher folk.
Any
who
fisher
have
folk,
right.
okay.
So, but we haven't gotten like what is the standards they're asking for. You only hear when
Okay,
they're buying conchs
okay,
and so on.
okay,
But
okay.
over time, because although I think they're doing business now, I think they officially.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So over time, you're gonna hear exactly what the conditions are and our members are, any other fisher folk going to be deciding if
Okay.
they sell them or any other fishing company.
As we wrap up,
Mhm.
let's go back over what are the issues that you're facing now as the fisher folks in the Rose Place area that you want to see fixed right now. What are the issues?
Well, we still maintain that we will like to see a facility. We discussed Edinburgh, so our thing is still Edinburgh. What we had decided in a meeting is that we could be part of the structure, the port modernization project where we are now, facilitate us there, fit in there.
You don't want to be moved from there.
No. If we Edinburgh out of the picture,
right?
Why not? Because the way how the it is explained to us, if you start from uptown, it's going to be like the cruise ship, then the international boats, then regional, then Grenadine. So we're saying, well, all right, down in the corner there, let us be local, the fisher folk,
right,
and tie us into the project one time because we were there for generations. And so tie us into the project too. If nobody else want us all around them, because you need an area where the boat's going to. So that's our other proposal now. But we are working still and the Edinburgh that we were discussing, and we were going ahead with them. So, and outside of that, we want to be part of the process of participating in the development of the fishing industry. So we still there. We at the table. We raising our issues. The fisher folk, we want them to improve. We want the fishing industry to be improved. We don't think just pulling up a boat anyway is the right approach at this time. Maybe years ago that might be, but now we looking to deal with food security, improvement of livelihoods and all that kind of thing. You need to do things in a more organized manner. That to me sound like how people is vending. Just pull up a boat. And I think that's what you're saying you don't want. You want organized vending. So if you want organized fishing, you must put structures in place that people will have to follow. But if you this method is that you just pull up anyway to be able to build gas room and all that gonna be, you know. So if you point a particular place, so that's what we are still asking for. Well, as I said, we're going to have the follow-up meeting with the minister and the port the 13th of this month at the conference room of fisheries. So we'll hear what they come with there again. In the meantime, we don't know how many fisher folk going in and taking a package for
package. I was going to get to that.
Yeah, for whatever reason or what. So
what's your position with regard to the package?
Well, we're saying that it's small, and the money will run out. The infrastructure is very important for the development, long-term development of the industry. Yeah. You know, but
let's see what we got in line. Call it quickly. You're live.
Yeah, well, I'll be there.
Sure, go ahead.
With the fleet expansion thing, I see it as when those big boats come in and it's more efficient, they're going to be able to catch more fish than the local men, and they could dictate how much a pound of fish for. Because if a man have 1,000 pounds of fish, he could sell his 1,000 pounds cheaper than the man who have 10 pounds could afford to sell it for. So is there something in place to protect the price of the fish for the local small fishermen? Could make a substantial living off of that. I wonder if something is in place to protect you guys, because when them big fish come in, and we see that all over the world, when big commercial fishing vessels come in, the smaller fishermen and them can't compete price-wise, and they have to go out of business. So if something is in place to protect all of it.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you very much. Andre, you want to respond to that?
Well, there's no cap on the price of fish. It's free market. But the whole thing will be more expenditure in terms of, this is why even I mentioned earlier on that we were involved with were involved with a World Bank project trying to move towards 4-stroke, because 4-stroke you save more on gas.
4-stroke engine.
4-stroke engine. Right. You know, so because overheads is an important. You gotta cut your overheads to be viable, right? And the 2-stroke burn up a lot of gas, you know what I mean? So those are things that the small man will have to be in consideration to be able to.
We got another caller. Caller, good morning, you're live.
Good morning to one and all.
Good morning.
Bing.
The best Huggins. The best Huggins.
Boy, I tell you, I haven't stopped saying that.
Go on, buddy, go on.
I like what excellent points you made this morning, Andre. Excellent point. And I like how you're bringing everything to the fore. Now, one of the main issues why I call, right? I like the idea of when you said to Lansford. Lansford, I ain't beating up on you, eh? But I like the idea when you suggested to Lansford, the platform that he's on Sunday morning is one of the best places to start talking about national treasures and all this kind of stuff, and museums and everything. I mean, that to me is the best platform, because you got the host, the dashiki wearing yes man, right? Who, if you really want to talk about something, do some research and put this out in the media and so on, so that people could start maybe paying more attention to, national treasures and these kind of things. So I noticed my partner Lansford tiptoeing around the issue because he ain't want to step on the nails. You understand? Because when they're ready, they're going to throw him in the doghouse if he bring up certain things and if he focus on it. But Lansford, you need to get with his body. They can't do you anything worse than what you are already. Trust me. What are they going to take away your pension? Bring up the issue, man. Bring it up. Don't be afraid.
All right, buddy. Welcome, Spencer. Welcome home.
What? I ain't home.
Well, I want you to come home. So welcome you before you come. All the best.
Yeah. No, I like when fellas like you come in the air and all this start to talk about national issues,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been hearing this thing about this boat issue, about, the guys in them losing the space. And you want to tell me, and I mean, Lansford made a very good point this morning. right? When you said that all this equipment is still in storage, and you don't understand why they won't get him any of that equipment, and you try to, and you were trying to give an explanation why that may be happening. But that's besides the point. The main thing is, if you're promoting the blue economy, bring out get it. Now listen, somebody needs to step up and start getting the guys them up to snuff as soon as possible, and stop making excuses about COVID or volcano or this or what. You're talking about it on one hand, right, and promoting it, but in the meantime, you have all this stuff there and you ain't distributing it or you ain't holding meetings and training for them. I mean, stuff. How could that make sense? And I understand your frustration, Andre, but I mean, I know you from long time. So I know you're a pretty cool fella. So you got the patience to put up with that kind of stuff too.
All right, Spencer.
Yeah.
All right, Best Huggins.
All right, buddy.
All right, cool. Andre, so where do you go from here now? Well, you don't have a location where you can.
Well, as I said, the meeting on the 13th, we will hear what's in relation to Edinburgh, and I say in the meantime, don't know who taking package, you know what I mean? Because
who taking the payout?
Right. It's still that kind of way, and maybe those the kind of player.
But how does persons taking the payout? How is it going to affect your negotiation power?
Well, it's definitely going to affect. But as I'm saying, we talk in the interest of the industry. So if we talk in the interest of the industry, and persons for whatever different reasons shift that way, we're going to see how it. But this is just.
Do you think that the payout packages, was a way to sidestep you, to muzzle you, to not give you the teeth or the power that you as an organization, the cooperative, have or should have?
Well, I think money, dollars then, because people see money.
Right.
Once you get money, you decide what you want to do with the money. So
no need for you at this time.
Right. You know what I mean? So people might see the need for the money, but as you're saying, it's short term. If you're looking at the long term development, infrastructure is the way to go. And from a governmental point of view, what persons might take as a package gonna be small in comparison to if you had to put an infrastructure in place and so on and that. So maybe that is how they already cite the kind of the persons they're dealing with, that they mightn't stand up for the long term, might be a short term. So they get some money and they go, and as a man might feel I could find a space and things. So as I was saying, we in the organization know that we limited to, so we are just putting out our side of the. So when it pan out, you could remember, well, boy, Goodwill, Andre, them let's saying this and that kind of thing, in the interest, the broader interest of the development of St. Vincent, and as the topic come now, where your national treasures and so on. This is where now, as the country move forward, people have to see a bigger picture. It can't be just limited just to the port project or just fish. You have to look at it in totality, because that in terms of culture, one of the things we were raised into is that, like by the side, was that area was known to be a cultural area, the black consciousness, right? With the airport, you said you build a place now to host the history of what took place in Argyle, you know what I mean? Is that going to happen with this project now? Or you're just going to eliminate all the history that took place in Bottom Town? Because that's where the Black Power movement, the drumming, that's where Spirit was in the early time with Rawl. And so it has a lot of history. Is the project going to document that kind of history, or we are really trying to that never existed, kill that? So these are some of the things that we saying. If the project now is near to 9-step, how 9-step is going to be refurbished, how you tying in this way forward then? Is it an elimination? So here was a fishing village, you will never remember that. So after now, there was never a fishing village in Rose Place. There was never cultural activities and drumming and African consciousness to the people of St. Vincent again. So these are the things that we have to discuss. And if persons don't want to discuss, and as I say, I'll throw it back in Lansford because we have a tendency in St. Vincent to say, well, all right, Bing, all on the radio, Andrew, you love talk, so you could take it on. But you know, on a program every Sunday, and that program that he is on, it is a organization program, you know. It's projects promotion. If you know the history, you need to go and find out the history about projects promotion. And projects promotion is the rightful post organization, the coordinator, or the past coordinator, to be able to put these issues on the table and that radio station, that program. You know, I'm not saying I ain't going to do my part now. He mentioned it to me. You know, I just do my little I could do. But if you sitting down in a religiously Sunday morning program, every week, man, and the Prime Minister calls in that program, he's the man. You could ask questions to him too. You know what I mean? So I am saying again, he should call for that activity on that station. I gonna call if I on the station. I gonna try to do I could come back being we could raise other issues relating to development. I mean, I want Jomo, your host. I want to talk to him about reparations too. You know, because we used to be involved in a reparation committee. Then he was asked by the Prime Minister to chair a reparation. What is the position with him now? You know what I mean? There's issues on the table that if we're in a transition now, we need to sit down and discuss these issues then for the forward movement of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, my brother.
Definitely. Andre, I want to thank you very much this morning. It certainly was an interesting one. And Andre, we know Andre already. I want to thank you very much. You don't hold it back at all.
Well, thanks again. I mean, all the listeners, your team. I usually be listening. Keep up the works. Is it for a country to develop, you need, I think sometimes I keep saying maybe some of these radio programs even need to turn off because people talking so much, but the follow-up is why I think that's why sometimes I ain't really coming to talk because if I just talk and I ain't see no action, but still sometimes you have to come out the comfort zone. So I'm here this morning and then I just say I will end. It's going to be an ongoing process,
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when it's necessary again, because I might have to follow up depending on what happened the 13th, might have to come back to say, well, boy,
this is what took
place and like weekend somewhere and that kind of thing. So thanks again and hope that I brought some light and I brought it in the way that people understand it and people need to visit the area and feel out for themselves. Some people then never used to come down there before because they're afraid, like I don't know if something will jump on them, you know what I mean? But now they could come ask questions, fisher folk, and be in the process. Don't just say one side, don't just think Andre or the goodwill. Go find out, go by the port panelization project, ask question, call in. You know what I mean? Be a part of this. Saying this project is going to be the second largest developmental project after the airport. So people need to ask. And one of the things I think, the social impact of this project, I don't think the port modernization paying enough emphasis on the social aspect. I think they're saying, well, somebody else, maybe the social development organization should deal with that. But the social, because a lot of people again fall through the cracks. As I was saying yesterday, a fisherman where he was staying, get breakdown. I don't know where he going. They have other persons who, so it still have some issues. You know what I mean? So I hope that they'll justice and all the best to all the listeners.
Thank you, Andre.
Give
Got
thanks,
you. All right, give thanks, my brother. Let's take this quick break and come right back.
It's the Untour Calypso tent at Russell's Auditorium with two big nights.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, come the love. Easy wins with Thur. Easy wins.
Get
Switch to easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Write your dad or your contact information on entry form and place in box provided for an opportunity.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomanar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more. We've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrocent@vincysurf.com.
On Friday, June 10th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $388,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next lotto jackpot, $388,000.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities. That's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right. Put a stop to child abuse. See suspect say.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrocent General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company.
For your every need, Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all, we on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all, we on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
At Cashways, we buy, sell, and trade almost anything of value. Get cash for gold same day. The highest prices on jewelry, gold, silver, and diamonds are available at Cashways. Bring in items in good working condition and cash out instantly. We buy, sell, and trade from gold watches, cars, and more. Need cash for goods instantly? Visit Cashways today at Corner Shop Street and Long Lane, Kingstown. For more information, call 451-7777 or visit cashways.com. Cashways, we buy, trade, or sell almost anything of value.
Get on board with the Boom Soca Team on Flight 1069.
Something on my chest, I want to express it. Let me ask you a question. Can I say what I want to say? I want to say what I want to say. Can I say what I want to say? I really want to say it. People don't know you, but they won't judge you. They talking about you, must be something about you. Smile in your face and talking you bad and making up things that far from the facts.
Why you talking and talking and talking about me?
Talking about me.
I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. I'm telling you, please, don't touch me. God don't put you to watch me. He don't like ugly, so tell them keep their eyes off me. Off of me, off of me, off of me, off of me, off of me. Keep on talking, you got ballet, 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 ballet. Talking, you ballet, 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 ballet. Keep on talking. You think it easy? The bad mind and envy. Take a walk in my shoes, then let me hear you. They playing sad and talking you bad and now go bring talk that far from the facts. Why you talking and talking and talking about me?
Talking about me.
I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. I'm telling you, please, don't touch me. God don't put you to watch me. He don't like ugly, so tell them keep their eyes on me. Off of me, off of me, off of me, off of me. Keep on talking. You got ballet, 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 ballet. Hear them talking. You ballet, 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 ballet. Keep on talking. You want to party, yeah? You never went to fed till you party, yeah, yeah, yeah. And everybody, yeah, girl, roll your body there. And nobody knows why we choose to drink all day. Nobody cares if they have plenty bills to pay. Cause now is not the time for that. It's not the place for that. No, no, no. Now we take a wine for that. Wine for that, yeah. Welcome to the Vietnam. Everybody has something in their hand. Call it a big jam. Every woman run down with a man. This is the Vietnam, where everybody have a drink in there. Some call it a big jam. So we say, Mr. I'm a trooper. I'm in no party pooper. I'm a real soldier. Mr. I'm a trooper. I'm in no party pooper. I'm a real soldier, yeah. 12 o'clock. Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see the signs, do what's right, put a stop to child abuse. See, suspect say among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$240,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot. From midday Friday, June 10th, it's $240,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Boxes and socks and you can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrocent@fintisurf.com.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrocent General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomonar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, tingo nice again. When I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in a game.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Hey, you check out that photo of Pastor on the screen there. It's saying in his t-shirt and his we call those sunglasses again. Oh boy, Ray-Ban. Yeah. Doc, we're waiting on you. It's now time for us to get into Dr. Richard's segment right here in OMG in the morning. Let's get him inside. We got any scripts to read? This will be our final set.
We got to tell you about plum rose water. So make sure you get yourself your Island Sips plum rose water.
I need some of that.
It tastes like plum rose. It tastes like you're just biting into a plum rose and you're getting all the juice out of the plum rose. It literally is delicious, and you can grab yours at your favorite your favorite shop, your favorite restaurant,
What if there's some
grocery.
downstairs?
You should check.
Ooh, Doc. Yeah, Doc, you there? Good morning to you.
I'm here. Good morning to you.
Have you ever had plum rose water?
Not the one that you are
No,
advertising.
man, Doc, we have
delicious
to send a couple
and
cold ones
refreshing.
to you, man. It's really, really good.
I see.
Yeah. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
I'm doing great. I don't know. Last week was horrible, but this week I'm much better than I was last week. So
okay, good to go.
Got to interact with Mr. Johnson yesterday.
I should have let Andre stay so you can interact with Andre this morning.
Andre, I'm a good 2-room 3 body, 3-room 6, 4-room 18.
Everybody also knows pasta.
Oh, Danielle.
Everybody knows pasta. Everybody.
Well, I'm discovering I can't go to a community here in St. Vincent, thanks to Boom or whatever. I can't go to a community without somebody shouting
You need
me
to
up.
pass into Pharmacy Plus.
Why?
And say good morning. They listen to you.
Oh, good morning, Pharmacy Plus.
They're listening right now.
They're listening right now.
Yep.
All right. Good morning, all of you at Pharmacy Plus and wherever you are.
It's a big pharmacy. I didn't know it was that big. It's a massive
You
pharmacy.
can't tell from outside.
From outside. Yeah. And
Is this a paid promo?
They do advertising with us. They do
Just checking it out.
advertise with us. Yeah.
Just checking
It's
it
quite
out.
busy inside, and the staff is really, really nice.
Bing. You know, you said something yesterday, but because I was visiting with Mr. Johnson there and discussing with him, you know, I didn't get to pick you up on something you said. I don't know if it was intentional, you know, and I don't know if you even recall saying it. Because it really wasn't under your breath. You kind of like said it and then he moved on and nobody picked up on it. But I did. I can't remember what I was doing. And as soon as you said it, I'm like, wow, why did Bing say that? So I'm going to ask you, I'm not going to jump to conclusion.
Okay.
Something about one of his songs, and you said, Rum Again. I don't know if you recall saying that.
Well, I was chastising him for the among the rum songs.
So you remember saying rum again?
Yes.
You remember? Why did you say rum again?
Because he's known for he's the rum song artist, right? And he's known for singing, and he's got big rum songs, right? So when one of the songs played, it was a rum song, and I said, rum again, another rum song.
And that was the point I was trying to get across, but I don't think I was successful. Sometimes I have to know.
He hit you down hard. Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to know when to not when to not put your stuff out there. Not everybody gets what you're trying to say, and sometimes it's not wise to put it out if it's not going to be well received.
I say it all the time
misappropriated.
to my friends. Sometimes you got to pick your battles too,
Yeah. I was trying to nuance creating or making something and creativity, which is coming up with something new. And I don't think that everybody, maybe a lot of the people listening got it, but I don't know that everybody got it. That you can keep making things that other people have made over and over again. And, there's a sense of sameness about it. But there's a creativity in
he was quite articulate in his points, and I think
in his opinion.
Yes,
very strong,
very
But,
strong, and
you have to make room for these emerging leaders or opinion shapers and all of that. You have to make room for them. So that is why I did not engage in much of a discussion. I made my point, he made his point. I was respectful to him because you have to make room for people, and everybody out there hear me. You have to make room for people who don't think like you and who don't see what you are seeing. Still make room for them. Is that fair? Just make room for them. And let the two ideas, like Jomo says all the time, let the two ideas compete. And from his perspective, what I was saying was bare stupidness. I mean, it's like, okay, good. So there, I realized that that there will be people out there who even if you think you have thought through something carefully, there are going to be people out there who are going to see it as bare stupidness. And it's out there. It's out there. He said it. It's out there.
Well, he's listening.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope he's listening.
He demonstrated yesterday that he listens to your commentaries.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Morning, Charlie.
Morning, Charlie.
Morning, Mr. Johnson.
I would
Charlie,
say that Pastor may not appreciate it. He's got a song called Masturbating. You heard the song yesterday?
Yeah. I was talking about the rum comment that you made yesterday. Let me make my point because I know we on limited time, and you might wonder why is it. It's not just from the matter of creativity that I speak about songs that they promote values that are detrimental to social solidarity. I've talked, for example, about the media impact in devaluing women. I've talked about the objectification of women through songs and through media, and how some of the men who should be stand-up men for women, the things that they say about the girl them, and that is the term, which I kind of find derogatory to be referring to the, our Vincentian ladies as the girl them. They say what the girl them want. I mean, Danny, I don't know if that's it, but to me, Danny, I would not come to you as get Danielle the girl them and put Danielle in that category.
Creative, it's a Dan. You know that it's not.
I laugh because I know I've written soca before,
right? And it's not meant to be derogatory.
Okay. Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm an old guy. To me, I ain't gonna go up to anybody everybody girl them. But I mean, if that is what the girl
but in a creative process, you use certain language, certain phrases and slang.
Never mind. Right? There are other cultures and other places where certain things are offensive. But if it is not offensive to the ladies and they're okay with being referred to as girl them, then like I used to teach in economics, it's the consumers of the thing that matter. And this to this point, I also would bring in the matter of creativity. If you as a producer say this is creative, but a consumer says I don't find that creative, whose opinion matters? I used to teach that the consumer is king. When I was teaching economics, I used to teach, you please the consumer is always right. But it seemed like if that maxim, that truism, well, it's not true anymore, that the consumer is not always right. The person who's at the receiving end doesn't have a right to say what they think or what they feel. If you produce it, we need to just consume it, shut up, and move on. Because that's what it seems like. Once you produce it, nobody dares to second guess you. None of the consumers, and which myself, I might be a limited consumer, but I listen. I, as a consumer, I should have a right to say this is how it hits me. And Danielle, respectfully, if I hear the phrase "girl them," and I find that to be a kind of iffy remark, I ought to say that. But from your perspective, if that's just a literary device, that's just a creative device, we mean no disrespect. I have come from discussions where things that are not meant to be disrespectful, but if it is received as disrespectful, then you scratch your head, you wheel and come again. The most poignant of these most recently has been the football team in Washington, football team. I think that's what they call now. But for years we followed the Redskins in Washington football. For those who follow football, Redskins. And the huge outcry with political correctness and all of that, and the offensive nature of that name from a historical point of view, although the name had been entrenched on the team and no harm was meant. In fact, it may have been meant to be a compliment and to elevate, but the people found this to be highly, highly, highly offensive. And ultimately, what that team had to do was to change their name from the Redskins to, I think, the Washington football team.
I remember that. Yes,
which is not a real fancy name, but I mean, there have been more outcries and other stuff like that in the arena of sports, but in other fora where things that are not meant to be offensive but are received as offensive, people are sensitive enough to, say, let me change. It's not about what I think. I also have to be sensitive about what other people think. But I'm just saying, if this is acceptable, and hold on, don't get me wrong, if this is acceptable within our culture, who am I to come here and say don't sing but the girl them? You know what I mean? If that's what people like and that's what they accept, that's a statement of where we are, and I can't go against that tide. So if I hear Danielle and you and others saying, man, that's an acceptable thing, we could say what we want. Who knows what next will be said, and it will be accepted. Is anybody hearing me? Is anybody at all hearing me? All right, good. Yes. I mean, think about it. I mean, we can say whatever, but it's accepted. It is accepted. We cool with this. Rum. Let me go to rum and then I'll be done. My issue with the rum songs is not simply lack of creativity that you hear. You have to hear rum every year. You have to. You're going to hear it. You get tired of it. I don't find creativity there, but others disagree with me. But my issue is not even that. My issue is more fundamental of the social malaise that is connected with rum. Everybody knows the debilitating effect of rum. Everybody knows that. It's not even debated. Rum lowers your inhibition. For sure it does. Rum distorts your cognition. And you can't even your physical abilities as you walk, you staggering, you see in 3 different roads. I'm not speaking from experience, Danielle. Rum is positively, somebody hear me, rum is positively associated with aggressive behavior. Nobody's going to debate that. Rum heightens aggression. So the more rum you drink, the more aggressive you are likely to be. Nobody's going to debate that. If anybody is going to produce their own debate that counters what the scholars are saying, let me know. And because of the lowered inhibition, because of the decreased and distorted cognition, because of the aggressive behavior, in the first instant, rum accounts highly for a lot of family discord. It's not the only factor, but it figures prominently. A man behaves differently. A man creates more confusion, usually when he's under the influence than when he's not. Rum is not good for that. It's not good for families. Rum is related to and positively related being. While we laud and applaud these rum songs, bear in mind that multiple studies have been done to show the positive correlation between rum and risky behavior. Case in point, we've been talking over the past 2-3 weeks about domestic violence and IPV and some sexual crimes and all of that. And again, you might be amazed, but it shouldn't be a shocker that rum, alcohol figures prominently in these cases of domestic abuse, in these cases of assault, in risky behavior, in criminal activity. And I don't think I've listed one thing that rum figures prominently in that is good for St. Vincent. We don't have the stats here to prove, but elsewhere, rum is a major contributor in accidents. You have your DUI, driving under the influence, and we don't have breathalyzers here. So there's no way I think we can figure out if a man has X amount of alcohol in his blood. So a lot happens when people are driving under the influence, and we put it down to carelessness. Rum is a contributor. I could go on and on, Bing. And when I think of what rum does socially, and if you are social minded, by the way, because not everyone is for social solidarity, not everyone is for social construction or social good. Not everyone is for that. A lot of people are for, let me have my good time now. Just leave me, let me have my good time. But when you talk about the cohesive wholeness of who we are, the cohesive wholeness of our society and social health, there are quite a number of things that are detrimental to our social health, social well-being, our social good, that rum, rather than contributes positively to this, rum actually contributes in a negative way. Productivity, and I mean, like I said, I could go on all day about what rum does. Productivity. A man under the influence is not as productive. Is not as productive as a man who is sober. His work is not as good. His work is not as prolific. His work is different. It negatively affects our GDP, our output. Bing, I could catalog and list all of the things that, rum is a negative contributor to. It contributes negatively. So why every time I applaud, if I ever applaud a rum song, if I ever dance to a rum song, which I won't, if I ever approve of rum songs, these are the things that I am approving. So let me end by saying this. I know this morning I commented on rum in particular. Rum is not the only ill of society, because I know you're going to put every time you point to one thing, somebody's out there saying, why you don't talk about this, and why you don't talk about this, and why you don't talk about this, and why you don't talk about this. And on this program, I am talking about rum. On another program, I'll talk about something else. So the way that we negotiate and the way we unpack and interrogate things is not to turn our eyes away from something and say, look at something else. If I say this morning, let's talk about the impact of rum, can we at least focus on that and determine whether the impact of rum is good or bad? That is not to preclude or exclude any other thing that might be bad. So I'm not saying that there are not other things, but I'm saying one of the reasons why I don't promote the rum songs, I don't like up the rum songs, I don't approve the rum songs, and I will not applaud the rum songs, is that rum is a very damaging thing. to our social good. So I can't approve of the rum songs.
All right. Thank you very much, Doc. But sometimes when I hear some things happening in this country, I say some of these people drinking rum. Some of these people having rum meeting on a Wednesdays in the financial complex. I don't know. That's how I feel. That's just my take on what you said, based on your definition of what rum does to.
No. I have to correct you, Bing. I'm sorry about that. I have to correct you.
You say rum.
It's not me.
Based on what you said, you just said it, Doc. Not your. Okay, what you just.
I quoted, and this is easy. Any responsible study will show the effect of rum.
I'm in agreement with you, Doc. I'm in agreement, and I'm saying, based on those characteristics.
But Bing, I was changing it.
Right?
You what's correct? It's not my opinion. I'm not giving my opinion.
It's not your opinion. We know the definition. If we Google it, we say, how does rum affect one's system or one's response time, or those are the things that come up. And I'm saying sometimes you wonder if certain people drinking rum when you. I'll leave it there. Quit while I'm here. That's what you suggest. I don't want to sound like if I drink rum now.
Bing, are we better off when we drink more rum or less rum?
Of course, Doc. What kind of question is that? You know?
No, that's all I'm saying. And my piece is basically to say, let's seek to put things out there to cut back on the drinking of rum rather than to push the drinking of rum. Right. That's all I'm trying to say. I actually think, and if there's somebody out there who thinks that, but we're better off when we drink more rum, make your argument and explain to me why we are better off drinking more rum, promoting more rum. Tell me why we're better off. Because I was able to share some of the other effects of what happens when you drink rum. And if you want to push back about it, tell me all the good things that happen when you drink rum, and we can have a discussion. Have a good day.
Thank you. Catch you on Monday morning, Doc. All right?
Hey, bye, Danielle. Have a good day, everybody.
I'll catch you on Monday. I was going to say about Sunday on IKTV, but we'll wait and let the first one happen first, and then we talk about that after. Okay,
yeah. Good stuff, Bing. Take care. Bye. All right.
Have yourself a great day. Until Monday morning, this is where I'm going to say my goodbye. On Monday morning, I'll be back. I'm not in tomorrow.
No, apparently not.
But it's established.
Well, we're going to see how tomorrow works.
Who drinking rum?
Shady. Bring some extra tomorrow.
Oh, Lord. Catch you on Monday morning, guys. You know, I had a rough night last night. But, I don't know how I got through this morning. Did I take the call or not? Not. Okay, good. Until Monday morning, I'm gone. Love you. Bye-bye.
All right.